I think. Yep. No.
Oh, 2 minutes.
What?
Oh, it's live now.
Ah. Well, I'm pulling that off. Well,
You didn't.
anyway, it'll be all right.
You didn't have it live already?
Well, I thought it was, but I don't guess it did.
Huh. Should
Anyway.
I hook this onto my channel?
You can.
All right, I'll do it real quick.
Yeah, I'm
just gonna put Shop Talk in the title.
That's all I've done. I put a thing on. I done a little whatever. I got to get better at that too. Putting a little thumbnail things because I suck at that.
Yeah. All right. While your timer's going off, if you want to pull me back off the screen for a second, I'm gonna run out and fit this in my son's truck while
I. All right. All right, Jack, what you been working on, or did you just get in from work today?
I ain't long since been in, and sat down and got me something to eat, and just sitting there with the wife for a little bit. So I have not really started a project.
I am.
I've got these blocks here I got to test.
Well, I shouldn't have put that on that long. I was hitting something else and I hit the wrong button. Oh well. Well, so that's the stuff I've got to learn. I got to deal with all this.
I mean, I don't know anything about the countdown timer yet either.
All right. Well, that's me. I shouldn't have hit it, but I did anyways. But no, I started working on that. I had to that thing right there messed up on me earlier in the year, and it took me forever for whatever reason, and I was doing stuff with these or this thing and everything, and it's just one thing to it led to another. Anyways, I got a job I finally am about finished with. I got 3 more pieces I got to do a little bit of staining and a little bit of clear on tonight and tomorrow, and they'll be ready for them to come pick up sometime next week while we're gone. But I was doing that and just messing and goofing and gumming. But last night I was sitting there doing that, and so the more I watched Santa's intro thing, I'm like, I want one of those. That was just cool. So I just started playing with ChatGPT on the lyrics, and so then I took the lyrics over to Suno and started playing with that, and that turned out. I'm probably going to put some stuff out on it as far as letting people hear it. Hopefully, maybe tomorrow. It may be when I get back. I don't know, because I pretty much had to promise Maria once I go to the beach Saturday, I'm done for a week. So
I've done a few of those with playing around with the lyrics with ChatGPT, but most of the time I just let Suno come up with the lyrics.
Yeah. And but it ended up being pretty good. I got a kick out of it. I refined it a little bit and got rid of a few things. What's up?
That is one of those things that I have not let. No, we're not waiting until you get home. Good grief.
Jim,
I got stuff to do.
All right, we're gonna pause this until Jim gets home.
I'm gonna see the breath that long. I have not listened to any lyrics yet.
I done mine on ChatGPT, and it ended up being pretty good. Let me go over to comments. I forgot about the comments. There we go. Let me.
Mr. Spooky's in the house.
There we are. There it is. Spooky. Who's Mr. Spooky? I ain't seen Mr. Spooky before. He's new to me. Which I'm new to. This is new to me. I mean, I'm learning and all this stuff. And
he's in my Discord server.
Oh, okay.
We were talking earlier about closed loop stepper motors.
Hey, Chris. What are you two doing? Couldn't wait till I get home.
The one and only Mr. Spooky.
Now I've been playing around today, trying to finish up little odd and end things here and there. To what do you got? Clock hands.
Clock hands.
Clock hands.
Yep.
I knew you was working on those.
They just got done. Let me go pull them off the printer.
I did, what was it, 2 years ago? I did some 18-inch clocks, American flag background. Had 223s all the way around it, the entire thing for every 5 minutes and slugs for every minute. And a 12 gauge for the hour hand and the other one for the minute hand.
Now, was that on your CNC?
Actually, I did that on the laser
No, okay.
because I just masked it off, lasered different parts, spray painted it.
Gotcha.
Because I actually bought the 18-inch rounds from Lowe's. I did use a CNC to carve a hole in the back for the movement and to drill a hole in the center.
Oh, okay.
Everything else, yeah, the paint job pretty much was done on the laser.
Oh, okay.
I think if this doesn't work, I'm going to reprint this without a brim because this brim on this thin stuff doesn't want to let go.
I figured out one thing. I was doing that little
Camera.
that little thing I was showing last night that had the coin holders.
Well, yeah.
The first one I done, or a couple of things that I had done, especially with this titanium, it wanted to lift a little bit. So, and I don't like putting glue on it if I don't have to. So I took and put, I run 2 skirts around, and so far this hasn't done that at all yet.
Cool.
Now I don't know if that even makes a difference remotely. I don't know, but this right here is only 2 millimeters thick, and I mean it's just very thin, so that's easy to lift, anyways.
Yeah, this brim
Mr. McCall, don't get a ticket.
This barrel is so tiny and so thin that the brim is bending it. It won't come off good. So,
is that just regular PLA?
Yeah, it's the Elegoo PLA Pro.
I cut mine in 3 millimeter plywood.
I would have, but this clock thing, it doesn't have enough room. I think the top one is 2.5 millimeters.
I ordered some clock mechanisms last night because I was going to need them anyways because of this other stuff that I'm doing. But I had, so I could finish up getting Chuck his and getting Rich's sent to him. I had to have one more mechanism because I had a lady order 2 clocks. One of my God's Greater Than art pieces, and then one of the Hummingbird clocks. And I done those, and she has got, and I needed one more. But I still think I'm gonna let Rich and Chuck put the mechanisms in themselves, because I don't have the setup right now or the supplies to cut out and make it to where I can put that in a package with the hands and all that put together.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna let them put. I'm gonna put my pieces, my little inserts for the hole in there, and I'm gonna make sure they fit and everything real good on another one that I have open, and then I'm just gonna let those. Jack, what is that? Oh, did you make some more of those pieces?
Ooh. Yeah, I got a message that now I had an order for 155. I got a message that 80 of them fit tight and perfect. 86 would fall off. This right here don't even want to go on. It's so tight. That is the same print, the same bed, all printed at the same time. Most of them are fitting just like that, perfect. I got that one.
I just sent out a quick attach for the Lasermatic modules. and the first one that I've gotten any feedback on that didn't fit, they had to squeeze the thing tight to get the screws in, and the rest of them, I mean, I've put 4 or 5 of them on here just to test fit them, and they all came out perfect. And I sent one out, and the
Hey,
print was
Wilmer.
different. I didn't change anything.
These are Pet G. I don't know what you put yours in, but I'm gonna make sure I test every one of them from now on, I guess.
Yeah.
Lord, with
So
Jack
there's-
being on here, there ain't no telling how many people we're gonna get on this live. Thank you, Jack.
This is what this is. Hold this little
Oh no.
gauge
Yeah.
Uh
to
oh.
the tram bar. And of course, this is to tram your CNC.
Yeah, I'm lucky enough not to have one of those just yet.
Yet.
Oh yeah. Oh, don't get me wrong. I've done got spots considered in my in the wood shop down below the house. That's
Mr.
going to be
Wilmer.
that's going to be going on.
But I got to hurry up and get these out the door.
James, Jim, don't rush now.
Yeah, you gonna get a speeding ticket. Mr. Spooky, he told me he sent me a message on Discord a while ago. He wants to upgrade his little. I think he's got a 3018 CNC, and he's wanting to put closed loop steppers on it. And I started sending him some links, but by that time he might as well just go ahead and rebuild the whole thing.
Is Jim sending chat that I can't see?
It keeps popping up on my end as under James McCall 9769.
Yep.
Yeah,
You're not saying that?
I am. But so-called friends. Wait. Oh, there's one that says I'll drive fast.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I see it now.
I think he sent that a little while ago.
Yeah, I've just been trying to finish stuff up. I've been wanting to get on here and do some lives and trying to get some stuff done. I've done that intro video. Jack, what'd you think about that? I felt dumber than a box of rocks. I did. But sad part about it is that was the 5th time I recorded that.
Well,
now to my thing, 2 of the times I had to stop recording is because the bloodhound started yelping and my kids started yelling and they started playing, and the more he yelled, the more my bloodhound decided to bellow, and well, I just had to stop twice. So Mr. Chris Wilmer, where y'all from?
I got one that's just a little loose, and I got one you can't even get on the pin. The rest of them are perfect.
And Spooky, where are you from? Wilmer's from Florida.
I
Spooky's
just sent an alien cell filter kit to Florida today.
Okay. Chris is in Alberta, Canada. Nice.
Well, I shouldn't say I sent it. It's packed and ready to go. I just got to take it down there in the morning and drop it off.
Yeah, they had my wife works for the post office, and she said it's been a horrendous nightmare. They're changing stuff up, and she's on meetings every single day. She is having to do training for stuff that she has no earthly idea. Spooky's from God's country, North Carolina. We're at North Carolina.
What in the world did I do with that tram bar? I just had it sitting right here in my lap. I have not went nowhere. Did y'all see me get up and go somewhere?
Nope.
I did not.
Did I throw it in the floor?
The
It blended in with my laser bed.
Well, I'm glad I'm going to have to probably reprint these real quick. But the front post sight didn't break off, and neither did the rear one on the AR-15.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Wilmer. This right here is a tram bar. It's put up by IDC. This is a 1/4-inch pin. You stick this up into your spindle and or router, whichever one you got, and you spin it around. And this needs to be touching the spoil board all the way around to make sure that your spindle is parallel with your spoil board. Well, you can use that feeler gauge right there, or these little plastic pieces that I 3D printed. I designed these up to go over this pin. Got some ears so it can't twist back and forth. And you can stick a slow gauge in it. And that's got a feeler gauge on the end so you can get more precise. So that's what that is.
That's funny.
Now, you set right there.
562.
Yeah, I order these. You know how hard it is to
Yeah, it's a
find
little
a
bit
clock
big.
mechanism for those small 7-inch blades
Hmm.
with the hands. The clock mechanisms are normal, but trying to find the ones with short hands that don't like stretch past the saw blade, the saw tips. So
You can trim those if they're the right kind. You can trim the noses off. I did when I did that big 42-inch clock or whatever it was. I brought those 17-inch hands, and one of them was like 1.5 inches past the outside of the clock. I just took my tin snips and
Well,
trimmed
I
it.
found a set of I think it was like 10 of each, maybe, or something. Anyways, it had 2 different shapes, but they're simple, just black. One tapers down to kind of a stub point, and the other one's just goes out to a block. I ordered a set of those, and it's nothing but the hands and the hour, the second hand, and the minute hand. And I ordered some of those to come in. So if I have something that's just odd, those are easy to just clip off, like you was talking about.
Yeah.
The
I've got a hassle of them hands laying around here somewhere.
I do too, because some of the ones that I've had I just couldn't use.
Well, when I made all them clocks, I think I done either 18 or 20. I can't remember. I didn't use any of them. I made my own just for the design.
Oh, I see what happened. I see what happened.
What, to your print?
Yeah.
Mm.
I gotta. Okay. Fixing
Well, I
it now.
haven't been told not to say anything about it yet, but I'm actually making these for IDC, and they will be selling these, the tram bar and this gauge. This is their first gauge.
Oh, okay.
So
Cool.
these are for IDC Woodcraft. I hadn't been instructed not to talk about it. He's mentioned it once on a live stream one Wednesday, so I guess it's okay to talk about.
I
So
don't
they're
know
not
the
live
name.
yet.
You're talking about CNCs. I don't know the name of it, but it's been popping up a lot through my Facebook. I see little advertisements for it, and I'm assuming it's getting ready to be. It's either already is a Kickstarter, or it's getting ready to be a Kickstarter. But have you seen that? It's probably in a box about, I don't know.
Mr. Jerry's in the house.
It's not too big. Hey, Jerry. It's not real big at all, but it's a 5-axis CNC.
I think I have seen something, a commercial on it, on something like
And
that.
the thing sits off to the side where it's actually doing the work, and then of course the mill and everything's off there, and the whole thing just turns and does all this. And watching the little things that was making, I'm like, that's cool. I mean, and it could sit literally. I mean, it would take up no more space than the fiber would.
Is that
Did they
little
ever make
toaster oven, like rotisserie looking thing?
I'm assuming so. I think it is. I can't remember the name of it.
Did they ever
It's
make
the size
it for a
of
price tag?
like our rotisserie we had for our chicken.
But they had, yeah, I'd hate to see, I'm like you, Jack. I'd hate to see the price tag on that thing. I haven't seen none of that. And that's why I'm wondering if the Kickstarter hasn't went off yet. But they had, what was it? There was, but they had a piece in there. It's probably, I'd say it would hold something about the size of a softball, maybe, as far as what it will actually go up to size wise. But it was kind of cool looking. Carvera. That may have been it.
Pulled that up.
Nope, Jerry, I've watched your videos before, but no, I'm new to this. I've been messing around with Jeremy and Jim a little bit and Jack, and I'm trying to get my feet wet and play around a little. Corbera. That kind of looks, there's another one that looked, it was a different color, I think, but they could be different colors in that, though. But that is a cool little setup for what it is. I don't. Ooh, $5,700.
Well, I mean, really, I mean, I've
I
got more
guess
than
for
that.
what it is. Now that one runs back and forth on top. The one that I'm looking at actually has like a pivot on the bottom. I'll have to find it. And if I do, I'll try to save it somewhere so I can pull it back up. But the cutter head comes in from the side. And this piece moves somehow. I don't know. It's crazy looking.
Rotisserie chicken.
I'm looking. I'm trying to find it right now. I know what you're talking about. It came up on mine twice this morning, and now I can't find it. I hate when like YouTube or Facebook does that. You try to go back and find something, and like it disappears.
But yeah, it's that was crazy looking. To see how I'm used to seeing the ones where like when you walk through a factory and it's like half the size of your living room, that kind of machine because of the size of what. But now to see them take it now and you've got a piece that's this size just to do small, intricate, and the way they had this one, there's another place too. He is doing I think it's called Octane. I started following him because some of the work he was doing was pretty cool. But he's got a lathe set up and it turns, and then he's got another piece that'll slide in and out as it's shaping. And he done one. It's called Octane. Where is that? I'll have to look that up.
Yeah, definitely is Benford 3000 for sure.
What is it? Octane.
That's striking memory cell. I don't know.
I need to go through this one. Jerry, how's it going out in Las Vegas? Octane Work Holding is the name of it.
Never heard of such a thing.
Oops.
Probably would help if I plugged it in if I want that to work, huh?
I've got this pulled up on my other computer. I can't pull it up. 102 degrees. But y'all don't have humidity out there, though, do you? Hello, old path. I hate I missed your I enjoy sitting here working in the mornings watching your videos and some of your live streams.
That whole it's a dry heat thing's a bunch of baloney too.
Jerry, when you having surgery?
Hot's hot. All right, guys. I gave this thing a little coyote tan.
I like it.
Kind of, it's between coyote brown and desert tan. I don't know exactly what it is, but it closely cannot confirm or deny this, but it closely matches one that may be around locally to me. Anyway, and then what color should I do this? Should I just leave that one black?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. How does that contrast against that darker cloth? Oh, yeah, that'll look good.
Yeah.
That'll look real good.
$62 on the 12th.
Triple bypass. Bummer. Dude, Jerry, we're going to keep you in our prayers, definitely.
Yeah.
We'll definitely be keeping you in our prayers.
100% will.
I have to reprint that because the hole was probably 0.18 millimeters too big, and it just kind of goes.
Now, is that the second hand?
No, that is going to be the minute hand.
Well, I mean, that's
This
what I
is
meant.
good
minute
because
hand.
it's such a long rifle. This
Yeah.
one's going to be the hour hand, and then I have.
The other one for the second.
I think so. I think I got a red one in here I wanted to use. Yeah. Somewhere. Well, I'll probably paint it. Yeah, I'll probably end up painting it because that second hand in there's like half the distance. So
need to
we'll probably
see if
find
I
a second hand one. And
Like I said, I did mine in 3mm plywood. I was wanting to do them in clear acrylic, but my acrylic was too thick.
Let's see if I've got that pulled up.
I got that little itty bitty tiny thing for the second hand.
Mm-hmm.
So I mate. I got chrome. I got gold. Canary yellow. Got red. I think I'm going to do red.
Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go?
I think I'm going to go do red. I got to put a little piece of tape. I got to put a little tiny dot of tape on that because I want to see that gold
Mask
button
off
yet.
the brass.
What's that?
You gonna mask off that brass?
Yeah, I want to see that little brass button. So
Yeah.
I'm going to
Ah,
find my painter's tape real quick. That thing should be 9 minutes to print time being done, and it's just started right now.
all right, I'm gonna share this. This is Santa sent me a picture
I'm gonna cheat like you ain't never seen.
yesterday or last night, and well, now I can't find it.
Cheaters never win. Oh,
I'm gonna this time.
Why can't I get that to pop up?
Here's a real time brain working overtime hack that just literally hit me in the head. All right. I got a set of these hole punches. I'm going to find out which one's the right size for that thing, and I'm going to punch a hole out of that so I don't have to worry about exactly
There we go.
knifing it.
You see that clock?
oops.
I done this. He sent me a picture of his Jeep the other night,
Oh yeah.
and I went through and fixed that. And that's his Jeep.
Nice.
It's got just be claws on the side of it. I put it at the beach with snow on the sand dunes. I gotta talk to him more and see if that's something he's wanting on there. I thought it ended up doing pretty decent. I've got where I like playing with that stuff a lot.
Make me another light box.
Nice.
This one got a little mode button on it.
You say a mood button?
Mode.
Oh,
Flash through different modes.
now you're still doing those with all of the
There it is.
what is it? The USB ports.
Yeah.
Did you
Most
say
of
you
them
plugged-
I'm going to do with USB. 2 of them I've done actually have a wall wart with a barrel jack connector.
Okay.
I'm not going to do many of those. I've got a bunch of LED rolls over here, and that was 2 of them. But if I make any more, they're all going to be USB.
Mr. Kevin is in the house.
Mr. Kevin, hey.
Hello,
Kevin.
Creekside. Hello.
Whose channel are you watching on, Kevin?
Yeah. I hate to be the typical YouTuber, but if y'all don't mind, go over to mine if you can, and please subscribe.
Do it.
I'm trying to get all these set up, and I don't know what. I'm still learning YouTube. I don't know what they're going to do and what they're not
Yours.
going to
I
do.
guess he's talking about you, Jeremy.
Yeah, what the heck? What do you mean concern? What PLA would be deforming? On a clock inside of a house?
I hope not. If that starts to melt, you got bigger problems than that clock.
Yeah. Somebody ought
Definitely.
to call the fire department.
Oh, dude, I took the other day because I was afraid we're touching them so much. I was
So I'm going to
afraid.
take that real quick, and I'm going to use that punch, and I'm going to put it to
Let me-
cardboard, stand it up, and I'm going to paint.
You want to hold that back up there, Jeremy? I'll put you up.
Oh, I said this little itty bitty.
Ah, there it is.
There it is. I hate this camera. All right. So that's the part that goes down into the clock mechanism, and I'm just going to
Yeah.
take this punch and drop a hole in some cardboard, pop this in and paint it so it doesn't move.
Okay.
Tips and tricks today. Tips and tricks. Probably
There we go.
y'all know it more than I do anyway. So
Right here. I took and put some clear on those just to keep them from. There it goes. Clear on those. Just to keep
Oh,
them
yeah.
from rusting or anything, because different humidities, different things like that. But I set them outside, and when I sprayed them, I wasn't thinking about it after they had dried. I went outside and picked them up yesterday, and they were in the sunlight. Boy, let me
Drop-
tell you what. Those things I just about dropped on the ground because they were boiling hot.
hey, drop your channel link in the comments so they can go and subscribe.
Okay.
Just put it on this side. I don't know if it went through or not. Both y'all's.
Is that yours? YouTube Watch V. Which one is it? Did you put yours in there?
I put yours and Dwayne.
And I'm going
Okay.
to run
There-
my I'm gonna run my banner across the bottom for just a few minutes. There you go. Not to take up too much of the space. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that. There it went. All right.
I'll give you a thumbs up while I'm over there too.
Kevin, I appreciate that. What's that? I didn't bring it in yet? Oh, okay. I guess I did.
Just roughing this hand, the second hand up with a little bit of sandpaper real quick, just so the
Hey, Jerry, did you get
Stuff
everything
sticks.
up and going? It's been a little while since I hadn't got to watch your thing on Saturdays. Have you got your bigger CNC up and going yet?
Who was you talking to?
Jerry?
He's got a bigger CNC.
I think he's got that. Didn't he upgrade to that 4 foot by 4 foot? Or he took what he had and made it bigger. I think he got the extensions or something to
Oh.
make it bigger. Okay, 13 by 1300. Okay, I thought I'd saw you. I had saw the one, but I hadn't caught anything on your YouTube about whether you had got that finished up and going or not.
well, that's dumb. My paint can quit working.
I hate that. And I've got to where I like those cans. It's got like and honestly, they're cheaper than just the regular one with the trigger, the Rust-Oleum, but it's got that one where you can dial in to the different fans.
Yeah.
For everything. Honestly, it's the cheapest one I can get at Walmart. Besides, I don't like their junky ones, but
I got an extra can.
it's the matter of fact, it's like that one right yonder.
Okay.
But the one thing I've learned, it's like $6. It's $6 something at Walmart. But I had learned the last batch I done through because I use this a lot for the clears. seriously, take some alcohol on a rag and wipe those nozzles off, because it is horrendous trying to get that thing to go after it stops up.
I got a bunch in my hair. I'm gonna have to take a needle. I'm gonna have to take my nozzle cleaner or something and from a 3D printer, take it out there, see if I can't clean my paint cans.
Well, I went to Lowe's the other day because I had some natural wood stuff, and because I do some of it at night, and of course it's hard to get anything to dry outside, so I use that Minuax, that polyacrylic on some stuff. And I went into Lowe's the other day because I was out. Lowe's has took these cans from $9.98 or $10.98 about 6 months ago, because I hadn't bought none in a while, and they are now $16.98 for this can. And the quart jar of brush on is $25. I went to Walmart because I was buying some of that Rust-Oleum over there, and they had this right here still for $9.98 at Walmart.
I was just goofing off the other day and printed one of those Iron Man masks, and I just went out there and finished up a can of red on the on the back side of the helmet part, and then I let it dry, and then went with another coat of red, and I guess I used 2 different kinds of paint. It started cracking up.
That's almost like that. Daggone.
It started cracking up, and oh well, whatever. I just another one for the trash, I guess. I was just goofing off with that one.
Thank you, Jerry. I appreciate that, Bubba. I do a lot. I show a lot of stuff on my Facebook page too, cause it's it's easy and quick to take pictures and tie off when I'm doing with my phone. So y'all can head over there too. I'm gonna start posting more to both of them. And Old Path, have you been able to turn anything lately? I ain't been on there. I ain't been on there this past week.
He snuck in there and I didn't see him.
I don't know if anybody saw it on my Facebook page, but I had posted, and I showed it last night, the where I started partnering with a friend of mine here local on doing, me and him decided to go in together and start doing some turkey pot calls. And the one I got a picture posted of is a Paduke with Sycamore soundboard with glass friction plate, and me and him started that, and I am getting ready to clear everything out from around where I have my lathe packed up on some stuff, or pack some stuff up around my lathe, I'll put it that way. Me and him's getting ready to start turning again, and I can't wait to get in there to start doing that and some pin work.
One live in the morning as usual, Mr. Opeth says. His back starts giving him a fit after a little while.
Yeah. I like watching his shows. But I caught him the other day. I guess it's been a week or two now. He was doing some ham burning. That was pretty cool. I've got one of those to play with. I just ain't had it pulled out of the box in a while to mess with it.
Oh, Jerry's going a little early on Saturday.
Where's he going?
Oh, okay.
11?
11, yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll be I'll be getting ready to leave to go down the road.
Well, you know that is over yonder time now. That's not real time.
Well, that's true. Yep, because 11 for them is what? 2 for us.
I think.
Yeah,
I think
I'll be halfway to the beach by then. Sometime tonight or tomorrow, if I can get back with Santa, I'm gonna try. Hey, Chuck, I am going to try my best to meet up with him if he's going to be out at the Outer Banks. I'm going to try to take that clock to him.
Path is messing with some resin in a few days. I haven't done a lot of resin work.
I haven't done none at all. My wife, she used to take some resin and put after she had colored the cups up and put them on that little turning thing. She would do that, and I hadn't messed with the resin yet. Oh, Chuck, I was telling them boys earlier, and you hadn't come in. I got your thing finally. I got yours and Rich's. I'm going to send these to you and Rich, and I'm going to leave this in the pack, and I'm going to send the little insert piece that slides into the saw blade. It'll just like stick it in from the front wherever the picture's at. It'll just go in and just come in and tighten it up. And that way, because I have no packages or packaging material that I can put this together in and guarantee you that those hands are going to make it.
Mm-hmm. Wrap it in 2 pieces of 3 mil. Sandwiches in 2 pieces of 3 mil.
I ain't got none.
You got a 3 mil? Everybody got 3 mil.
Carve acrylic sheets.
You're losing steps in acrylic sheets?
It's 2:09 here. It's 5:11 here. Okay, it's about 3 hours.
Yeah. Hang on a minute, Chuck.
That was Spooky's concern. He's losing steps on his little CNC.
Uh-oh.
Is his belt driven or is it the...
At 3018, I think it is belt driven. I'm not sure 100% on that.
I've been looking at their... Is that Jamitsu?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have looked at their... they've got that small frame 30... Is that the 3040 that I'm thinking about? And then they got the 3040 XL or something like that, PRO Pro. I've been looking at one of them because it was kind of a small. I wanted to start out with something small, but but the thing I like about the Jamitsu is, correct me if I'm wrong, can't you step up to the longer rails on those?
I don't know much about Jamitsus. He was asking me earlier if he thought the 23 Nemas would be better, and I told him it would definitely be stronger if you think they would fit in mount holes, but I don't think they would fit in mount holes. You have to re-drill it.
Yeah, because those are what, NEMA 17?
NEMA 17 is what he said.
Yeah, it's definitely bigger because
I run NEMA 23s on that long wheel.
That one, if I'm not mistaken, that one right yonder is a NEMA 17. And
that's what I'm working on, Chuck.
And right there is the in size difference of a 23. Yeah. So you're definitely going to have to, I mean, it's going to run it a lot better. And it's going to be a lot stronger, but it's not going to be, you're going to have to do some.
He's upgraded the 3018 to a 30x40.
Okay.
Pop me up full so I can show this thing off. It's working.
Okay, nope. Give me just a second. I'm getting there. Nice.
Yep.
So yeah, I got the Barrett for the minute. I got the AR-15 for the hour, and I've got the. Hey,
did you let the paint dry?
Nope.
That looks good. I like that.
All right, now it's working. It was caught on the front sight post.
Yeah.
So I probably bent it down when I was putting it on.
I like that. I definitely like that. That's nice.
I don't see any issues with using that PLA Pro from Elegoo on a clock because it's going to be inside. Now, if you're going to hang this on your front porch and you're in Alabama, maybe.
Yeah. I definitely like it. That's nice.
This is gonna get put in a red, white, and blue star, and so it like sets back in. I don't know how I'm gonna do that yet, but I'm gonna do it, and then I'll be able to hang the star on the wall
like a shadow box.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's not going to be completely like inside the star. Like the star is going to be like so big, and then the outside round parts of the blade's going to kind of push out. I don't know yet.
Have you played any more with the Hobby Lobby PLA?
No, I've
didn't buy
been.
that stuff.
What, Jack?
I didn't buy that stuff. I went and looked at it.
I got some, and I got it for a pretty. They had a deal up here at the one nice, and so far, that right there was printed out of it, and it done really good. The only thing I had to do with this titanium versus what I had been like the Anycubic stuff that that was Elegoo that I was using. I had to raise the bed temperature up 2 degrees Celsius, and it kept everything from messing around for whatever reason. I don't know why it would, because 3D printing is something I'm definitely new to, and I have no earthly idea what I'm doing on.
Dude,
There's a
that
lot
thing
to
turned
consider.
out so good.
It's like these parts here. I printed all of them on the same bed. All those printed perfect except for these two. One's too tight, one's too loose. Oh well, that's not bad. I'll get those milled
Now
off
I
tomorrow.
just got to do the other 6 of these, and I'll be fine before the 4th of July. I don't know if I'll be able to get it done.
Yeah, I've been playing around. I saw an ad for it, so I decided to go on and play with it. And I've got the 14-day free trial. I hadn't started it yet because I wanted to get back from the beach first. But have you seen that Shaper 3D CNC software, Jack? It's SHAPR 3D. And it was. I mean, it's like $250 to buy it for the year, which I'm not going to do that. But if I can do it and do like free sections for it, what little bit I've got to play with it, it feels like it's really easy.
I know this sounds familiar because I was thinking the Shaper Origin, but that's an actual router. But I have seen this, and it looks good.
For simple stuff, for what I've done right now, it made me feel kind of smart a little bit. But I still want to learn Fusion. So
Well, I can tell you one thing right now. If you want to learn Fusion, I'd use Fusion.
Okay. That's what
I
I was
wouldn't try to learn all of them at one time.
Okay. That makes sense.
I just subscribed to a guy out of Michigan that's doing Shaper 3D. Yeah, my camera. I keep turning it on standard mode so it doesn't track, and then like randomly it'll just decide it wants to turn on to track and start going everywhere. So,
Chris is.
I really like Fusion, but I'm using the free version. I've been trying to force myself to start using FreeCAD.
Okay.
And I just know where all the tools are in Fusion, so I keep going back to Fusion. So when you start trying to learn more than one piece of software at a time, you'll find yourself favoring one more anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kyle Egg, you're right. That's a model. It's more of a modeling software than it is a CNC.
For 3D print. You can turn your can't you turn your STLs over into your CNC software too?
As long as you can export an STL, yeah.
This thing has got like a list of different files or styles that it can go into.
STL or OBJ, either one be fine for the CNC.
What little bit I played with it, it seemed to me, and that's what I'm trying to decide which one I want to go with, because like I said, everything that I was able to see on that, it wasn't bad. But I don't know. You can export 12 to 15 file types. Yeah, that's what I was seeing. But I think I was watching one guy that was doing it, and he was taking a lot of his stuff because he was making billet aluminum pieces out. I think he would run them off to make sure everything was working right through a 3D printer, but he was sending a lot of his stuff off to have it CNC machined on some of that stuff.
When looking at different softwares like it, I'd also look at the support tutorials, walkthroughs and stuff. I don't know how many is on here. I hadn't looked into it that much. I saw the price sticker and I ran away.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as long as you can do kind of like FreeCAD and it's got that, or not FreeCAD, but Fusion, it's got the free version that you can play with it. I mean, I know it's going to take away some of its other, the pro versions, of course, but that's just, I mean, if you don't need the pro version, then there's no use in paying for it.
When everybody tells me about Fusion, they're so scared to dive into it. I said, well, you only have to learn one thing at a time.
Yeah.
You'll never need all of it.
No. And Steve, the one at Santa, I can't never remember his last name, and I apologize for that, but the one that Santa done an interview with the other night on the makers meeting.
Yeah.
The one up in
Steve
out of Halifax,
everything or something.
Out of Halifax, Canada.
Yeah.
He was talking about that one night, and I think you was on there, Jack, when we was talking about that, because you basically use the only big differences between that was like being able to do the strength test or the brake test or something like that. And he said, that's the whole thing. If you don't need that, that's fine.
And you can still use a commercial use if you don't make a certain amount of money with Fusion.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's each state has, like in Michigan, it's $600.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm still going to use Plasticity. I did the free trial of it, and I picked it up pretty good. And it's only there's a 10% discount out there from some of these YouTubers that are doing stuff about it, and you can get it for $157 in its lifetime. And it's like Lightburn. You don't have to update. You get 12 months of updates, but you don't have to. And it's all it's no cloud based. So anything that you have, you don't have to worry about being on the cloud.
There's two things I don't like about Fusion. For one, most of your project files are stored in cloud. You can save them locally to your computer by exporting them and everything. For two, you are forced into the updates. When they change something, you got to learn the changes. They recently made a change in Fusion, and I had to go find out where they moved all my tools to.
Stinking engineers, go home and go to bed. Don't need you. As we sit here and we engineering clock parts. And by the way, that phone holder fit perfect.
Nice.
I don't know what happened with that PCTG I was using. It failed last night. I come out here and it was just messed up. It printed probably all but the last half hour of it, and then a support knocked over. Because when I had it set up at the angle, the supports came up and it started its own print along the supports, and then it had to work its way together. Well, somehow that support had moved and it just kind of tipped and it didn't go. So I printed out a PETG today, which I think will be fine in the truck. I'm not sure yet. But I got to figure out what I did settings wise to that PCTG, and I think I missed something, or I just have to reorient it because I printed it in a different orientation.
You ever tried annealing PETG?
What's that?
Slowly heating it to a certain temperature gives it more heat resistance.
Oh,
it'll probably do that sitting in the truck.
It'll probably heat up fast that way and get. But I mean, PETG is supposed to be okay for in the vehicles.
Yeah. That's what I read. I read all that stuff, but I liked that gunmetal blue I had, and I wanted to use it, but it didn't work.
Old Path, if we was close to you, we'd come down there and help you in a heartbeat.
What lasers you got?
I don't know.
What laser you got?
He told me before, and I can't remember. Pretty sure it's a diode.
Yeah, I think that's what he said on one of the morning I was listening to him. I had him going in the back Acer 10 watt. That's an open.
I don't know
that's an
nothing
open one,
about
too.
that.
I don't either.
It's laser. They're all the
Yep.
same.
I got a Falcon 22/40 watt sitting over here. That was my first diode, and I don't even remember how to run that thing right now.
I've
My
got
first
one of the,
laser.
my first one was that Acer, was it 36 watt? I think. Yeah. I still got it. I've got it set up on a 500 by 700 frame or work space. And I'm going to keep it to where, like, I got a buddy of mine that's wanting me to do some coffee tables. And if I have to, and I don't have to bring it in the house, I could just take it out, set it up with the laptop and let it run.
Well, I like the open frame stuff.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
My first
drop
one
my
was K40 CO2.
I'm gonna drop my YouTube link in the chat for everybody that doesn't know where mine is at. And I have to get out of here, guys. I got to go beat the crap out of the front of that truck again.
All right.
That's just going to wear your arm out.
No, I'm putting the bottle jack underneath it, and I'm gonna let the truck weight push it out. I'm done beating it.
Well, I can't blame you there.
Yeah, I got to try something. I got the other side to do too, and I haven't even taken the castle ones off yet. So we're gonna find out how that goes. But hey, everybody, it was nice to meet you. If I hadn't met you before, thanks for hanging out. And Dwayne, appreciate it. I'll see you later.
Thank you, Jeremy. Appreciate it. Thank you for
Have
putting
fun
me
out there, Jeremy.
I gotta go pick up a hammer, start beating stuff again.
All right, we'll holler at you. Be good. Be safe.
I did that for a guy I did this one on my 60 watt CO2. I had to use the pass through. I
Yeah.
done that on diode, but no, I done that one on CO2. But I did a paint fill on that one.
I guess my biggest thing with the way I've got my CO2 set up, I don't have room to do pass through on it because of where it's
I had to
set.
pull mine out away from the wall.
So I hadn't, and see now, well, the one thing that's going to be hopefully kind of a plus for me with that one is I have so much adjustment when I do need to do a bigger piece.
Yeah.
And even like you said, even if I had to kind of mark off where I needed something and move it around to make that section work, because I ordered a 400 millimeter lens for that thing, but I'm looking and I'm talking to Pascal, or I need to talk more with Pascal because that thing has got an 8 times beam expander in it for smaller stuff, and it's a lot more intricate. But from what I've been able to tell so far, either that or I'm just stupid and ain't been able to find the perfect, because with those, you've got to do like I was using something kind of like Patrick had done with his a couple years ago and done that like square circle in piece to where it would sit there and just run like until it would zone out and pigtail, and it would and you're supposed to raise it up and down trying to find the thinnest line and so on and so forth. Well, when I was trying to do that with that thing, 41 inches of laser, and you trying to manually raise that thing up and find the thin spot, I wasn't having no luck at it so far. So I've got to mess around with that one day. And that one, well, dude, I put that NEMA 23, it won't even touch lifting that thing up. It just sits, I mean, at full power, it will not lift that machine up. So
on there.
Well, that's what I've got to figure out. And as soon as I get that set up, that's going to be attached back to that because I'm going back with my
pick that thing up.
Huh?
I don't know why a 23 wouldn't pick that up.
It wouldn't. I had that thing turned up to 80% of the power, and it still. And I was like, mm-mm. So I didn't want to burn the motor up just yet until I'd done some more messing with it to see what happens. CO2 Galvo has a huge focal range. Yes, it does. That's the one thing I like about this one is cause I had talked to a few people that's got like the wine barrel lids. And if I can get that set up with this and I can get a decent enough crisp, I guess, marking and everything showing good, that's what I would like to be able to do with that. I've got a board here. Where was it at? Is it this one? Oh yeah. I mean, I think I had it dialed in pretty decent. Yeah, this is one of the ones I was doing. That wasn't bad for 400 millimeter. Being that high up off but it's still not quite as crisp as I want it to be.
You do a line after fill?
That one I had not done that yet, but the letters were so small. The little pieces on the inside of the R's kind of, well, where'd I go? They were so small. It didn't. And like I said, I've got to say, that's why I don't think I was completely in focus yet on that. So I'm playing with that a little bit, and it's just going to take time. But once I get that figured out, yeah, that's going to.
Well, I haven't messed with CO2 Galvo yet, but.
Oh, I'm going to tell you what, with the differences between that, because I am getting such, especially on bamboo, I can tell the biggest difference. But
I know bamboo's kind of tough because it's got so many different grain patterns.
Yep. But where is that one that I done? Yeah. As inconsistent as this board is with that white streak, all of this stayed pretty much the same color all the way across. And that's what I was so happy with. DeWitt 3D.
DeWitt, what's going on?
Hello, DeWitt. I'm meeting new people since you're
another major YouTuber in the house.
Nice. I'm all about. And I love meeting other people too. Yes, KY Leg. That was 400 lens. The distance on it, I think, on the lens, the focal distance says 573, but with my experience on everything else, I'm having to go up on, like into like close to almost 15 to 25 millimeters above that. Like with my, I think the 200 millimeter lens or the 210, it is set at, I think my actual distance is 315, and I'll have to look and see what's on the side of the lens because I don't know. Yeah, I got it up there.
Don't drop it.
I can't see it. It's not. I can't remember what
you're writing on them things.
I can't remember what the focal distance is on that, but it's the actual with the best marking. It was like 15 millimeters, 15 to 20 millimeters above or further away than what it was actually showing on the side of the little writing on the side of the thing. And let's see here. Now I got the 110 set up on my It's 163. Yeah, my 110 on my fiber right now, it says the focal distance on it's 163, and mine is for the best marking with that 110 on that 60 watt fiber is 190, 189 to 190 on mine.
Got a 150 millimeter lens on my fiber, and it gets into focus about 130 millimeters.
Yeah. So,
230,
I mean,
sorry.
yeah, that one.
230.
Yeah, I've got, which I don't have it pulled up on this computer. I got it pulled up on my other one. I'm doing some, I've got at least 25 challenge coins that I'm doing for EMS out of the county above me. And I'm going to start working on a couple of them tonight and letting them run. It's a double-sided challenge coin. I can't wait to start doing them because I've changed it up a little bit, but right.
Mm-hmm.
And I may not be able to. There's one. Yeah, focus. There you go.
3 colors in there.
That one's got 2. Let me see if I can get that right.
There's some focus there.
Yeah. But now I didn't set that up. I've been watching Justin Laser on some of his stuff, and he does a lot of the coins where he will like build as far as you want to go deep and do kind of like rough and then do like a fine clean on the bottom. And then whatever texture or whatever graphic you want to go on that bottom, have that same one duplicated into whatever pattern you want. Do that on the bottom, and then any color fill back on to any of that. I have, because I'm nowhere near, unless I can buy a file or get a file from like Jeremiah from Sharks with Lasers.
Do you have Discord?
Yes, but I ain't played with it enough to mess with it. I don't know nothing about it yet.
Let me get scrolling through here. I am a moderator on a Discord server for Laser Everything. And they have, of course, my screen's backwards. We ain't gonna worry about that right now. They have contests.
The coin challenge. I've heard about that.
Them guys do some awesome work in there.
Yes. What's that guy's name? He used to be on there a little bit on some of their podcast on the Tuesday nights. Dark-headed guy.
Let's see. Alex, Kyle, Matt.
What was that other guy's name?
That's the main 3 right now.
If I'm not mistaken, he was out of like Oklahoma, maybe.
I don't know where none of them are. I can't find none of their pictures now.
I can't remember. But he was on there a little bit. Anthony. That sounds right.
Oh, yeah. Beamed up laser.
Yeah, Anthony, that's it. He does, I think he started, or he does a lot of the background stuff on that challenge coins. And there's some awesome stuff in there. I've not got nowhere near good enough to play with any of that yet. So that's something I'm still learning.
My thing is I don't really make stuff until I get an order because I don't want to waste material.
Yeah. Well, I try to buy as much as my stuff as I can from people that I know or people like here in the States. But that coin right there, that is a 40 by 3 millimeter. And I bought it from, what is that? Limitless Solutions out of the UK. And because I was going to buy from that, what is it? Swiss Buoy. Is that, I think I pronounced that right. They're out of the state somewhere, but when I went onto their website, they didn't have nothing but 1.25 inch diameter. So, and all these guys that's wanting me to do their coins, they're wanting at least 40 millimeter, 1.5 inch, or somewhere around in there. And so I ended up having to order from them. I was going to order from Jeremiah when he does it, I order from him when he has stock in. But they had a pretty good sale going on some stuff.
I just been getting from Amazon 40 millimeter coins, but you got to be careful what you're buying because half the time it's just plain zinc.
Well, those coins right there, I give $3 a piece. I think they had a sale going. It was like $3 or $3.50 a piece, and you can't beat that. Not for solid brass. That was pretty good. And considering that it was shipped from the UK,
if you're getting the cheap ones, it's probably not brass.
Well, now they had a sale going on their stuff. They normally sell for like $5 or $6 a piece. They had like 50% off sale going. And those right there are solid. I know for a fact that those are, because I've done one. But now these right here are 38. These come from that one. It's a 38 by 4 millimeter. This right here come from Jeremiah out of Florida. That Sharks with Lasers.
Yeah.
I bought them off of him, and they're hefty. And I'll have to say, Jeremiah, he does phenomenal graphics. Have you got on there and looked at any of his stuff?
I haven't looked at him. I hear a lot of people talking about him.
He does. That's where I want to better myself because after he gets the designs and does what he does, he'll take them into, I can't remember if he takes his into GIMP or, I'm pretty sure I think I seen him say GIMP one day, but it was, and he does the histograph.
Raster in those.
Do what?
Surely he ain't raster in those.
Well, no, we'll see. Whatever he does like the crap. It was right there on the end of my tongue. I can't remember the exact name of it now, but he takes his and changes the histograph of the image in GIMP.
Yeah.
And with that is where he gets all his depth and everything from. And
Grayscale.
That's
Grayscale
the stuff that I would like. That's the stuff that I would like to learn.
Yeah. PNGs.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he does pretty good with it. But I've done some of his. I think I've done a couple of his HD files on a saw blade.
I've only done a couple of Grayscale, and I ain't got nothing here in front of me, of course.
I've got all my grayscale. Let's see here. Well, of course, a lot of people have seen my grayscale stuff. I've done. Matter of fact, this is that. I've got to get a hold of the lady and make sure, but that's the wall art piece that I can turn it into a clock for her, and she can use it as is. Or that was one that I had done. And that's not a grayscale, but that's one that I had done for that. And then all my PNG stuff. Let's see here.
Those grayscale depth maps, they take a while. Got to have at least 256 passes.
Yeah. That's not it. Well, no, I don't have it out here.
Jim said he was going to drive fast, didn't he?
Well, if he's driving fast, I don't know where he's driving from. But now one thing that I have learned, I guess I learned more than anything on some of the stuff that I was doing for some of them other clocks that I've done in the past week and a half, 2 weeks, is the DPI. I played a lot with some blades that I messed up on and done some of the little images here and there of I guess I call it an eye test. It pulls a lot of the oh yeah, right there it is. I was playing with to get my DPI set right.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
And if anybody'd say, just playing with that DPI, because that's what I was finding more than anything was helping me with that. And so far with that, I have found set on most of my steels like that, because of it being a stainless, or being not stainless, but being just a old saw blade.
You see my saw blades.
Yeah. Well, see, I couldn't afford the mace. And the one thing that I'm getting ready to start playing with as soon as I get back from the beach is my, I think this one's 700. It's either I think it's 600 millimeter indexing table that I built.
Mm-hmm.
I know it works. I've played with it a little bit to make sure it travels back and forth. But as far as like doing blades or anything like that with it, I haven't done that yet. But now that I've got that, the big, what did Jeremy name that the other day? The Bougie? I don't know. You remember the North Carolina thing that Jeremy come up with?
Yeah.
It would be North Carolina's version of the Sasquatch. Anyways, that I want to be able to swap it back and forth between those two, because like doing certain sign pieces as quick as that is, that right there is going to go good on that thing right there too. So
somebody just brought up an interesting point. How many clocks are going to the younger generations?
Yeah, not many. I don't. Let's see here. The only one that's going to a younger generation, and the sad part about it is it is a clock, but he's not going to use it for a clock. Where did it go? Oh, right here.
I watched a video last night. 2 teams was trying to give him 5 minutes to dial a phone number on a rotary phone. They didn't make it.
That's funny. Well, that kind of aggravates me now because I've lost. I don't know where it's at. I done the. Did you see that Porsche 911 GT3 RS I done? I done that for my son.
I don't think so.
It's the let's see here if I don't know if it'll let me pull it up or not. No, it won't, because it'll pull out the background. Dadgummit. Now I'm like you with your Tremel.
Tell you what, half time not half time, all the time. I spend more time walking around my shop looking for tools or looking for something than I do on an actual project.
That's me.
I made a few more of my hammers.
I still gotta get one of them hammers off you. Now that's really aggravating me because I just had.
But I still got Old Faithful here too.
Yeah. See, I like the old tools, like the marking gauges, the old school marking gauges.
Yeah.
I found that in an antique shop and it's still, I mean, it's even got the wooden threaded
Locking pin.
lock tight down pin on it. I love that stuff. I always loved the old school stuff. Makers
Brings
rule.
back memories, don't it?
Yes, it does. More than I want to admit to. That's aggravating me. That's aggravating me because I can't find that saw blade. I'll find it as soon as we get off of this. But you got any big jobs coming up?
No, I still got to finish those 4 plaques. And I've got not yet, but I've got 7 of these sold. Guy wants me to take the Energy Solutions off the bottom and customize it with individual names. Little light boxes.
Okay. Are they gonna do like a awards or like almost like a?
That's just gonna be for Christmas.
Okay.
I got people ordering Christmas already.
Hey, well, see, that's what I want to get to, is to a point where I can do a lot of my sales. I love going to craft shows. It's kind of fun to get out.
One yet.
It's kind of fun to get out there and meet people, and especially the locals that people that I probably wouldn't have talked to any other time being around the area and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I've enjoyed that quite a bit, more than I thought I would. Yeah, you're right. Kids can't even read anymore, especially cursive. But it's I done some pretty decent stuff with some people, and even introduced some people to the laser world. People that has thought about doing laser and stuff, and granted, some of it may take work away from me or whatever if they ever do get up and going, but it's if I can help them out, that would be great.
I'm gonna get out in the shop this weekend and catch up on some stock. This is one of my catch-all tray. This is one of my biggest selling items. I put my little light socket in there, and I'll use these glass insulators for a globe.
Do you have a pretty steady supply of those glass insulators?
Hmm?
Do you have a pretty steady supply of those glass insulators?
I can get them from various locations.
Hey, 3 dogs, what's happening?
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I got 9 clear ones and one blue one right now.
Well, that last set of blue ones you had 2 of them busted, didn't you?
I did. Dadgummit. I sure did. Hey, man said, man, I wrapped them up in bubble wrap. You didn't tape them. You just one wrap and threw them all in together. They bounced around. They wasn't in bubble wrap when they got here.
Shoot. What are they? Are those pretty expensive?
They vary. For the same exact insulator, I go one spot and I can get it for $3. I go to another spot and they're $10.
Yeah.
So I pick up every one I can find for $3, and when I get low
in
stock, I get some orders coming in. I have to pay for $10 for one.
Well, if I ever run across any, now like my mother-in-law, God bless her, they do a lot of flea market stuff, and that's where I've got most of my saw blades. And as big as a negotiator as she is, she'll come back with, she might come back with 2 in a day or a weekend, and then she may show up and say, I got you a box full of blades, and I'll get over there and there's like 50 in a box.
That's the same thing with them hand saws. I've bought them for $2 in the flea market before. Yep. And then I'll go some other places and I get an order and I don't have any more hand saws. I have to pay $30 for one.
The ones that I want to play with, and considering it being brand new and they're no more than they are, well, I said I was going to get it. It's those little ones. It's almost like it's a cross cut, but it's like one of the finished cross cuts that you would use for like crown molding in those little kits. But they've got them at Harbor Freight that's got the wooden handle on them, and they're about, I don't know, probably yay long. And they look like that saw back there, but it's just a smaller condensed version that they would use for like one of those crown molding jigs.
I got one out here somewhere.
I like those because they're small enough that I can still do them on the fiber. But it's I've got one around here somewhere.
Will be a job like this.
Yeah, but it's a little bit shorter than that one.
On
They're
my
a little
hand saws like it right there, I'll take a wire brush to them because I want the dark look. So that's why I use a wire brush. But
Yeah.
on these saw blades like Dwayne's doing, you run a cleaning pass on the fiber laser, high speeds and low power.
Yes. I've usually got, now, Kevin, when I'm doing those also, I will take and put, if it's a used blade, I will take and put I will clean them off with a razor blade because sometimes it's got some
Paint, gunk.
nasty. It's got paint, nasty. There's still some sticker parts left on them. I'll try to scrape as much of that stuff off as I can. And then there is just about, if they are somewhat new, I guarantee you, if you run a clean pass, some of my good blades, like I have made some of those 250 anniversary ones out of, I would run a clean pass like a crosshatch, just a single pass, but it would run twice. And you can pick up just the fraction thin plastic layer that comes off of it. You can just about pull it off in one whole sheet. And then once that comes off, I take a wire brush, scrape it down real good, and then go back over it about 2 or 3 more times just to make sure it's got some of that stuff knocked off of it. And then, because most of those I want a good clean surface to do on some of those. But I'm like you with those bigger ones. I like that old look because there's one. Let's see here. This one, it's still got some of the rusted spots on it, but when I done it, I started to think I was going to hate it, but it ended up turning out kind of rugged and rugged looking. You can see right here in that part where it still had some rust, but that had all the seals of all the military branches, DOD and stuff in it. And I don't know, I love the rustic look of those and how it pulls out like that.
Yeah, I just put a wire wheel on a angle grinder and get that temperature just right to get that dark mark. It's all about what temperature you can get that metal at. And you do need a fiber laser.
Oh yes, you definitely need a fiber laser. They had and I'll tell you right now, there is one like this one right here is a perfect example, because and it comes down to the fact that I think we was talking about this one night, Jack. The way that I think my I've got my setting at like 550 speed, and it goes from a 10 power to a 90 power on the pass through that I do. But because that 90 power sets right here in this dark spot on the edge so long at a 800 DPI, that the tempering of this section, because this was a pretty decently used blade, where it had been tempered and hot so many times, there was a difference in how that thing colored. I still think that had something to do with it. I'm not going to say it was 100% that, but I still think it had some of it to do with it.
Very well could have been. It seemed like it would if it was like that, it would be all the way around the circumference.
Well, that's what I was thinking. But what I was thinking too was because it was so close to the edge and that laser traveling so quick over that short span, that once it stepped out and it was going the full distance, it was spreading the heat out.
You're always going to get a little deformation around the edge of your lens.
Yeah. So it could have easily been that. But now those I done on my 300 lens, and I think there was still a part of that was my setup too. So
You got to make sure they're perfectly level with the galvo head, not with the floor.
yeah. Well, now that's one thing. Now, see this machine right here. This was the Monport that I got from Patrick over at Moore's with lasers, and I ended up taking this. I leveled this because I pulled the top off because it was one of those compact units.
Mm-hmm.
I pulled the top off of it, leveled this to the thing. I got that tower and extension put on here. It's level with this, and which makes all of this level here. So everything's level with my area. So when I done that, I wanted all of this kept on the same level.
Right.
Table. So
I don't worry much about all that. I got one of these, so I can actually put it on the spoil board, and I can zero it out to the spoil board, and then I can put it on top of the galvo head. And as long as the galvo's level with my spoil board, my concrete floor, I know good and well it's not level.
Well, see, that's the way this table is. That's why I leveled everything out, and I just kept everything because I'm so quick about just throwing stuff on there and running and doing a clean on it. All that's good and level now, so I don't ever have to worry about it. So it's just one of the things I'd went in and done. Three Dogs, you're in Southeast Ohio. I was wondering where you was located at. You got quite a few people from Ohio that I've talked to. Who else is up there?
I can't keep track of people.
I can't either. Going to have to improvise.
You can build you a fiber laser.
Yep.
A whole lot cheaper than you can buy one.
Well, yeah. Especially, well, I don't know. Right now, I found some pretty decent
for the wattage.
Yeah. I found on eBay, and that's the whole thing. I mean, you don't really have to have a specific brand like Monport or.
They've all got the same exact internals. The only thing with the brands is customer support, and I'm not going to use them no way.
Exactly. And I have found
busted, we're good.
Go on eBay, and there is a company that sells out, and they have a lot of stuff in stock in the United States. It's called HL Lasers.
I will 100% say that by state side. I've seen a picture today of a guy, I think just last week, he got his crate laser in. It came through Customs. Customs took that crate apart. They took the laser case apart, couldn't get it back together. The side of the case was just mashed inside of the crate, disassembled, and he's having a hard time going back and forth. The tower is bent. The arm won't go up and down just because Customs.
Yeah. Well, this company, which I think it's right out there, and honestly, I'm going to sit here and probably say that Monport, OMTech, and a lot of that all comes through the exact same warehouse. Just about out of California, but it's called HL Lasers on through eBay, and I have seen some of their lasers pretty decently priced, like a 60-watt MOPA, 30 watts, and even still they're like in the 3 to 4 range, and that's not bad for a complete unit.
You know how OMTech got their start?
Mm-mm.
They started up pretty much right after I had gotten my 60-watt CO2. I made sure I got it stateside. I ordered it from California. I made sure it was on this side of the pond. But it was fresh off the boat from China. No name, no nothing. It's just a big red 60-watt CO2.
Yeah.
Well, OMTech started getting those. They'd go through them and make sure everything was just perfect, and they would resell them. That's how they got their start. I mean, it's all the same machine.
Well, it's kind of like, don't Aeon do that?
I'm not sure about them.
I think they're based out of Florida.
Well, blue piece, that's the edge of the freaking case of his laser mashed in the lid of the crate.
Oh my Lord. I would be so, they would be sending me another laser. That company would figure out something and they would be sending me another laser because there's no way I would do that.
Telling you what.
Uh-uh.
And he's got a long string of chats between him and the manufacturer right there trying to come up with a resolution.
Yeah. My resolution is you pack another one up or you figure it out and you
I
get me
got a
another one.
resolution.
That's not that. I'm not going to deal with that. No.
Yeah, that's
Well,
no.
now, so I will have to say, like, if I was going to buy from overseas,
It'd have to be awful cheap for one.
well, one that, but Pascal from Hotian, that company right there, so far from what I can tell, they stand behind their stuff because
Yeah.
that right there is I think that one was built in 22 or 23. And I called or I sent Pascal a message through Facebook and I sent him a picture of the plate because I didn't have no paperwork with this or anything. I had, which I don't get me wrong, I had the guy give me the flash drive with it that had the all the lenses and all their information with it.
Usually there's a PDF manual on there.
Well, there was, but it didn't tell exactly what parts was in there, like the beam combiner and all that stuff. And when I sent him a picture of the plate on the back of it, he went back through there and he told me everything that was in that machine.
That's good.
And Pascal stands behind his stuff, which now I think her name's, I know I'm probably going to say this wrong, but I think Bella Wong is her name. Now she's stateside. Hotian has got quite a few people here in the States that has got some U.S. support.
Mr. William.
Mr. William, how you doing? Out of curiosity, has anybody heard anything out of Tony? What is his name? Is it LaForte Jr.? I think that's his name.
When's the last time I saw him? I saw him on Jerry's stream.
Well, he sent me. He was wanting me to do a patch for him, and I got the email from him, and I sent him a friend request on Facebook to see if there was because he was wanting a black patch that would engrave. Once you engrave it, it had the white showing, and well, I get all my stuff from Lone Star. I don't have any of that particular color, and I've got some others that I could do for him. And I was just wondering if that was a specific thing for him. And so I was going to get in touch with him so I could. Sorry about that. I was having to text my son. Our high school's having their graduation tonight. I think it's tonight at 8:00. And he was out. He was going to watch some of his friends. Well,
I just got a update about that. Said they have someone named Tom stateside sorted him out. They're picking it up tomorrow via FedEx. And we'll send him a new one.
That's awesome. That's good. That is real good.
I seen those pictures. I'm like, holy moly! If I had seen that on my front porch.
I would have lost it. I would have seriously lost it because even though, he's
no fault of the company. We understand that.
No, it's not. That's.
And I understand Customs is looking for drugs. They're looking for smugglers and all.
Yes.
They need to have better consideration for people's merchandise. That's no small, meaningless piece of equipment there.
No, I don't care how you look at it. Say a minimum of, I don't know what size laser that was, But
I'm not sure either. I'd probably
if
go back
it
there and
was
find
if
out.
it was a 30 watt, you're talking still a minimum of $3,000, depending on who you went through.
Up there in the neighborhood, yeah.
And if it's a 60 watt, you're probably dancing closer to 4 or 5. And that's no small to be as small as a package as that is, and to have that kind of money in that. Which, granted, I don't because I bought used, but still, I mean, still for like Jim switching that 20 watt up to 100 watt.
Yep.
The source alone was what? I think
Under,
what he said.
right under $2,000 when he got it. It jumped up right after he purchased it.
So
Which
I mean,
is crazy because 4 years ago when I did mine, that same source was 4,200. Now I can get a 300 watt less than that for the source.
I was looking, and it's like, I think me and Jeremy or me and Jim was talking one. That's the only thing that I love my 60 watt, because I think with a 60 watt,
good range to be in.
It's a good range to be in. You can do small items, get that intricate detail, but I would also like to have somewhere between the 100 to 200 watt. So when I am doing these, if it's not, it's something you can knock out quicker.
It is. Everybody's got the same old questions every day. You see it. What's the best laser for me? No one machine is going to be perfect for everybody.
Nope.
You got to ask yourself, what are you going to make? How big do you want to make it?
Yep.
And how fast do you want to make it? Once you answer those 3 questions, that will dictate which machine you get.
And see those same exact questions fall on to the CNCs.
Yes.
Now 3D printers, the only questions you're going to ask: do you want single? Do you want AMS, or do you want YouTube? Like what your Snapmaker is. I
love my Snapmaker.
Yeah,
but you can get a lot cheaper for pretty much just as good.
Yeah, except the fact that it uses a whole lot more.
A bit cheaper.
Do what?
The Creator 5, it's a little bit cheaper. I think it's got a little bit smaller build plate too.
Yeah, but see, that's my whole thing. As bad as I want to go to one of those, like the Snapmaker or something to that effect.
3 Dogs, we've got one in route.
Yeah, I saw that just a second ago. I was getting ready to mention that. I want it to be out because I actually run across a guy that's relatively local to us that has got one of the Anycubic K1 Maxes with the AMS, and that's a 350 by 350 by 350 build area. Because I want to do some of those like out of PCTG or something like that. I would like to do one of those for like doing birdhouses. So now your bamboo, what size is it?
256, 256, 256.
Yeah. Now that
I've got the AMS sitting beside it, not even connected right now. I'm printing PET G out of that. I'm saving that for single color, single material prints from now on. And it's printing out of a dry box sitting right down the side of it. In between the bamboo and the Ender 3, there's a cheap filament dryer, a 2-roll filament dryer. And I'm printing directly out of that.
Now, is that one of those Soval print dryers?
Mine.
Filament dryer, I mean.
Congrow.
Okay. Soval has got one of those.
Just a little 2-spool filament dryer.
Soval has got one of those on sale that will go up to, I think it'll go up to 70 degrees Celsius.
Yeah, this one goes up to 50.
I think that one from Soval, and it's like 48 or 58 bucks for a 2-spool to go up to, and it dances around the 70 degrees Celsius, and that's not bad. They also have one on there that was a 4-roll that will go up to 85 Celsius, and it's either 80 or 85. Same brand, just holds 4 instead of 2, and it was 119. And you
I
can
might
print.
actually be considering something like that because you see the openness of the holders on the snapmaker.
Yep.
Which I've never really had that big of a problem.
As long as you're
golly,
in as long as you are in a climate controlled area, I don't really see that it's going to make that big of a difference.
I got spools up there. I got spools sitting here behind me. They're all out in the open.
Yeah.
Every one of them.
Now, if I swap one out and I still happen to have an empty box that I just opened one up out of, I may slide what I pull out of it back into that bag, take the little dryer beads
Yeah.
that comes with it, throw it back in the middle of the thing, wrap it up, maybe throw just a little stretch of tape, stick it back in the box, because stacking that box in a place where I've got mine is just easier.
Two things about that too. If you're just collecting those dryer beads, you need to microwave them for a little bit. That's the best way to dry them out. Use them put them in the microwave for a little bit, because if they get so saturated, you put them back in there, they'll actually release that moisture back into your PLA or your filament. And also from I can't remember who it is. I was watching a video, big YouTuber, saying he'd done all kind of tests, and my most big is CNC Kitchen, but talking about those plastic bags will actually let some vapors in and out too.
Yeah.
Through
Now,
condensation.
I don't know where my container is right now because I hadn't opened anything up and I don't even know where it's at. I've got one. I just got a small Tupperware dish, or I don't know, it's probably maybe a 4-inch by 4-inch. I've got it. Most of those that I pull out of anything that, those small little packs or whatever, honestly, I'll just pop it open, throw them in there, close lid back, and I just keep them if I ever need them for something. You just never know. But
Three Dog says he's excited about his learning 3D. Are you planning on printing trinkets? Are you planning on printing practical parts? You want stuff to solve solutions around the house? Are you wanting to model your own stuff, or you want to download stuff and print? So there's a lot of different things you can get into with 3D printers.
Like that little piece right there. That right there is something I found on. I think I may end up using that piece for a. It's those little knurl ball type things, and you can sit there and twist them. But you can take those little magnets, super glue it to it, screw this up to like the bottom of a shelf, and have like a camera that would mount, or just something if you just need it for something. I thought, well, I was needing to test out that blue titanium. Yeah, from Hobby Lobby, and dude, I'll have to say it printed out pretty good. Now it does better off of a textured plate than it does the smooth plates.
That's how I'm printing on for a long time. Is textured PEI plates.
Yeah,
well, I've been using for a while.
Well, the only reason I wanted that smooth one because there were some pieces that I was printing, like specifically like that tissue box that you've seen Jeremy messing with that he built and designed. I done it because I wanted the top to have something other than texture, and that red matte PLA that I done, it's got that carbon fiber look to it, and that ended up being pretty cool. And it done really good. But now I'm just now starting to dip my toes into playing with PETG. And a buddy of mine, he does a lot of carp fishing, and they like having these little pieces right here, and me trying to figure out how to do that to make it so light.
What is that?
This is glow in the dark PETG.
Okay.
But what it is I've made it because they want to hook this on their line when they throw it out in the carp pond, because a lot of them fish so much at night. They wanted to glow in the dark, so when it's out there, they can do it, but it's got to be able to be very, very light.
I think I modeled something like that because a fellow was asking me about it, and I think I put it on Thingiverse. I'm not sure. I drew one up and started printing.
I look the one that he sent me. It's different. It's shaped different than that one because I didn't want to step on anybody's toes. I'll have to find it. It's somewhere here in my conglomeration.
I was going off what he told me. I didn't even really know what I was designing.
But this one, I've got like no infill at all on that one because you can almost sit there and squeeze the sides of it together. And it's hopefully, but it just slides down over once they get it out on, or they place it a certain spot on their line. Once it's out there, it glows in the dark. And me and him's been working on that for a little while, and he got out of it, but
I didn't put it on Thingiverse. I ain't put much on Thingiverse.
I haven't played with it too much. I'm still there's so much to learn about just because of the 3D modeling aspect of 3D printing.
Mhm.
That's a whole different world than doing something inside a Lightburn as a 2D type. You know what I mean?
Not that much.
Well,
I'll design sometimes if I got very complicated designs. I'll design it in Thingiverse. I'm sorry. I'll design it in Lightburn, import it into Fusion just to pull it into 3D and then send it to the. But
well,
see, what you fix your show right there. I wouldn't do that in Fusion. No way. I do that in Blender. Organic
Okay.
stuff.
Yeah. Well, see, that's why I was kind of wondering. See, I still haven't got my head wrapped around where all of this connects, and then when you break it loose off the thing, it all sticks together, and it just the whole dangly part of that I hadn't got my head wrapped around.
I got a few videos on designing some different parts in Fusion and FreeCAD.
Because I guess what makes it, I mean, I understand the fact of, say, taking two of those links and you design it to where it's linked together in the picture.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess what I was trying to get in my head wrapped around is how, and I guess it's just part of the machine of how it prints to keep it, you know what I mean? Does that make sense?
When you start printing a lot of stuff, it's like these.
Yeah.
Is that going to show?
Hold on, let me pull you up.
You see a hole right there?
Yeah.
These are printed with no supports.
Yeah.
And that's a perfect hole. If you got something around, it can gradually print, gradually step over each layer. You don't need supports. So that's pretty much the same thing. You just got a piece in here that's printed, and it's bridging it. So it actually doesn't make contact with each connecting piece.
Yeah. I'm assuming those right there are connected somehow. Yeah.
They're just looped. They're not really connected. They're
looped inside of each other like chain link is.
Right.
Okay. I guess that's where, I guess I'm still getting my head wrapped around the
print and play stuff is still pretty cool.
Oh yeah. I love it. I mean, I've loved all of it so far. I mean, because there's nothing that I've done yet that I don't have to sit here and think about. And it makes my mind work.
That just sits around. So if I make something, somebody's wanting it. What do I do with those? I do have a few pieces laying around that were tests getting ready for a project someone was wanting to order. And of course, you can't find nothing when you're looking for it. You go talking about something, it's going to up and run away.
That's me.
Oh, well.
Chuck, how's your day been going today?
Mr. Chuck.
Yeah, 3 dogs. I'm like you. I would love to have one of those snap makers.
It ain't nothing but going in there and buying one.
Yeah, yeah. My buying ability has gotten clenched in a vice since I bought that.
A lot of people have been talking about wanting to get a 3D scanner
What's up, Greg?
so they can 3D print different things. I keep saying they're overrated because I can take a photograph of an individual, make him an STL, and print it. This is a guy I work with.
Oh,
Now, I printed this all in one color, of course, on the bamboo. But on Snapmaker, I could have made all these individual colors, but I got some acrylic paint pens on the one that I finished.
uh-huh.
I designed a little box that he sits on. And I've got one of those little speaker coils off of Amazon. And it's got about 4 or 5 different catchphrases that this guy always says. But you really don't need a 3D scanner. AI is getting so good, it can model just about anything. And
Well,
you can
that's
scale it
right.
into place.
Well, see, okay, the picture that I showed a little while ago of Santa's Jeep,
Yeah.
it was the driver's side. Well, the picture that he sent me was of the passenger side, just a flat sided of the passenger side. That was it.
hmm
And it done a good job flipping it around, making it look like it was parked on the beach looking across. And it done really well. AI's got some, I love messing with it so far.
I use several different AIs just for STL creations. Meshi AI. There's another one, China-based website that's completely free. I think you can do like 10 models a day.
That's pretty good. Now, like for writing, and doing like what was I doing the other day? I was doing something the other day. I had to write something out, and I know, well, me trying to think of something and put all the words on a page, yeah, I'm not good at that. And so I went into was it Perplexity?
Yep.
And I was doing some stuff in there, and it wrote out, oh, I was writing prompts, and I was trying to figure out a prompt that I wanted to use for for ChatGPT, and it helped me write out a prompt so I could use it in ChatGPT to give me the image that I was wanting, and it done great.
I was wrong about this website. You can make 3D models in here, but you get 20 models a day,
Well, that's even better.
completely free.
Was that 3D Studio?
3D HUNYUAN global.com.
I'll have to look at that. Well, and see, that's something else. Like at the bottom in the description of this, I got to figure out where to go in and put, like, fill out the description, and anything that we want to link, any stuff that you want to link or anything like that, I can go down and drop it in the description, and that way it has all that stuff. Because that's the new part for me that I've got to mess with.
Just adding links to the descriptions, pretty straightforward through your YouTube Studio.
Yeah, and it is. It's just something I've been trying to finish up so many projects before I leave Saturday. I just want to get all of that done first.
Look at us, North Carolina sticking together. Spooky's done sub to you.
Nice. Thank you, Spooky. I appreciate it. And again, that's the whole thing that I have seen. And me and Jeremy's talked about this, Jim. The lasering community, especially, because that's basically what I have been in the most. I'm technically challenged too.
You said I make everything look so easy. Well,
Greg, we still got you. We got to get you set up with a camera. But the lasering community has been so good about, they help each other, and there's no quick pro quos. There's no nothing about it. Everybody's been willing to help so far. But like I said, my aspect, because that's where I have based out of the most.
Tell you what I do. I got my screen flipped around. Three Dogs is asking about the light boxes. Wants to know how easy it is. Or he said how hard it is. I say how easy it is.
Maker Lab.
MakerLab made it super easy. You can do it in Fusion really easy, but MakerLab made it really easy. Let me do a run through real fast.
I'm gonna put you on full screen.
Full screen. Here we go. There we go. Let's get rid of me. Just look at my screen. Let me pull something up over here. All right, I got a web page open, so let me get rid of my face. There we go. All right. Anytime I'm searching for an image, say I want some kind of, I'm not a sports fan, so I'm just going to type sports logo, and we'll find something here. I want to come here to the images, and this is just anytime you're looking for any kind of image to do any kind of work with. You get all these images. When you click on the images, you're going to get nothing but images. A lot of these are going to be low quality images you can't really work with. A lot of them are going to be really high quality, good images. But we got this little button over here, tools. You click that, come down to size, and go to large. Now these will be primarily high quality, high res photos. So we can come through here and just pick any of these. I don't even know what this is, but I'm gonna click on it. We're gonna just save that right there. Save
Timberwolf.
image as. That's already a PNG, and that's exactly what we want. But I'll show you how to make it a PNG if it's not. Open my downloads folder. I got GIMP. GIMP is a free application for photo editing. Some people use Photoshop. I use GIMP. I love freeware, especially when it just works. GIMP works on all platforms, Windows, Mac, and Linux. I primarily run Linux, but I do run Windows on my laser computer and my CNC computers.
Jack, while you're doing that, I'm gonna mute myself and run out here just a second.
Don't run.
Well, no, I'm gonna run. I'm gonna have a heart attack.
This is one reason why I don't like Windows so much. All these applications takes so long to open. On Linux, it had already been up and going. I think I recorded this video and posted it on YouTube the other day. All right, first thing I want to do is I'm going to come up here to image. No, I'm not. I'm going to go to layer. That's right. I'm going to go down to transparency. I'm going to add an alpha channel. That adds an extra layer in the background. And when I click my magic wand, I'm just going to click that white space and we're going to delete it. And you see the checkered pattern right back there. So that tells me that this is going to be a clear image. We'll zoom in really tight and you can see some of that white area. We might not want none of that white area. So I'm going to come over here and right click the image. I want to go down to alpha to select. That's just going to select this image. I want to click select and I'm going to shrink that by 1 pixel. So that shrunk my selection. Now I'm going to go to select and I'm going to invert it. All that done was selected the outside area and has not selected any of the inside area. That way I can go to my eraser tool and I can just have it as big as I want it and just erase everything that is selected. That's going to get rid of that outside white layer. All I'm going to do now is export it as a PNG. It was already a PNG, but if it wasn't, you could make it here. I'm going to call it wolf.png. And I want to export it to the desktop so I know where it's at. I'm not going to close that yet. We're just going to minimize it. Now, we're going to open a web page. Going to Maker World, but I really want Maker Lab. Just go to Maker Lab. And this does not matter if Maker Lab is from bamboo, but you can do this whether or not you got a bamboo printer or not. We'll come down here to this third dot right here, and you got a light box maker right there. There's a few I've already made. You can make up to 30, or I can come in here and change this one. I can remove that image in this one. I'm done with these, so I could delete these if I wanted to. That's Stanley. That's a local high school around here. We'll make us a new light box. Select that image that we just created. That's the wrong one. Let me delete that. That was the other one. Images. That was on the desktop, wasn't it?
Three Dogs Maker Lab is in, I don't know if he may answer this, but Maker Lab is a part of Bamboo Maker World.
Export.
Pull up Maker World. I think that's what that's under. And
If you've got Bamboo Studio, because a lot of people have Bamboo printers.
Yeah.
So it's also inside of Bamboo Studio. But yeah, it's inside of Maker World.
And you'll see it. I think it's in the top left-hand corner. You'll see something that says Maker Lab, or right there close. And you can pull it up, and you'll go down, and you can see it'll have a thing there. It says the light boxes.
Now you see right there, we just that's exactly what we just done. We went to Maker World, then we went to Maker Lab, and you see it's got 15 colors here. I'm gonna come over here. I'm gonna type 4 because I got a 4-color printer. Then hit next. Here, it guesses what colors you want. I want this right here to be white, so I'm just gonna click on this right here, and we're gonna make it white. We'll confirm that, and it's done. If I come here to the preview, it's going to generate my STL.
Yep.
Just that. This is a little thick. You need them kind of thick so the front area will diffuse the light, but you don't quite need them that thick. This is 40. I go down to 25 usually.
I started to say I'm usually between 25 and 30.
Now on my structure, I make sure to turn on a diffusion layer, and sometimes I'll turn on a reflection layer. Now, if we click our plates, we can see what that means. This diffusion layer puts a white layer on top of this, and it helps soften the layer. It helps soften the light a little bit, and it also helps glue all these different colors together. Now, on the back plate, if you turn on the reflection layer, it's going to put a white layer on top to reflect all that light to the front.
Yep.
And that's pretty much it. We can go back into our design, and we can add some holes if we wanted to, like a keyhole. If you want to hang it up on the wall, just add a hole and add a circle in the bottom for the light, for the wire to come out for the lights. And you can resize it however you want.
And then you can make a stand for it if you want to put it on a stand.
Make this as big as your build plate. This build plate maxes out at 256. My snap maker is 270, so I can go up. I can actually bring this out a little bit more. You can go up there and select whatever printer you got, and it'll automatically adjust to your printer, or you can just drag it to how big you want it. You can type those numbers in over here. So I normally do 260 for my snap maker. If you're going to do that, though, make sure you click this chain link right here, so both the width and the height are keep their aspect ratio. But back in to preview, we go back down to our structure, and we'll see that base. Or you can make the right now the front holds the walls. You can flip that around to where the back of the model holds the walls by clicking that reverse button. Now the back is holding the walls. And of course the walls is where you will glue your LED strips around the edge of your walls there. And I wouldn't trust the peel and stick that comes with them LED strips. Sometimes they fall off. I'll add a dab of super glue. Sometimes I'll use a little bit of packing tape just whatever to hold those LEDs to the walls there.
And that really depends on how slick that material is too.
And down here we can put our base in. If we do with a base, you slide this down. Come on. Control Z. There we go. Make that base however big you want it. And that will make a base for you to be able to set it on. And I would do this regardless, because what that does is that puts that base on a separate plate. So you have the options of hanging it up or sitting it on the base. You come over here, you see your base is separate. I probably should have made that a little bit thicker, but you get the point there. But I mean, all you got to do there is export it, dump it into your slicer, and print it. We've just made a light box. Nothing more to it.
Nah.
Yeah.
So that's where I'd made that one. This is my son's. We done a hat patch for my son's wrestling, and I ended up turning it into a light box, and it's got the holes in the back. Now this was the first one I ever done, so I didn't know anything about. I didn't know nothing about the reflection layer and all that stuff. But then you got the inside. Oh, now you can see it. It's actually right.
I'll give you one more tip too, especially when you got dark colors in your print. Go into your slicer and arrange it to where it prints all the lightest colors first. That will reduce the amount of little specks you might get in it.
That's one problem I'm having.
Little specks in your white. I don't know if you can see it. It's very small, but I got some little specks in the white a little bit. If you print the white layers first, you will reduce that.
How did you? Now I'm an Anycubic, which I know it's kind of I guess it's a version of Orca. How did you go? Is there a specific place you went in and swapped that over?
That,
because I'm kind of curious about that, because that's something I was wondering. No,
I can't do it there. I've only got one color loaded.
And you'll have to pull up an image to get that to do that, won't you?
I don't think you need anything in the slicer to do that.
Okay.
Snapmaker Orca, that is one thing about the Snapmaker. The software is a whole lot more sluggish than regular Orca or even Bamboo Studio. It takes a while to get it loaded. And once it gets, and the painting, if you're going to paint, I'd use regular Orca. I wouldn't use Snapmaker Orca.
Okay, well, I don't have it. So I don't have Orca, or I mean Snapmaker. So I'm using Anycubic through mine. So that's what I was curious about.
All right, let me get my
Set the film
OBS. I'm not exactly 100% sure where that's at. I can't hardly remember. I know it's up in here in the settings somewhere, your printer settings.
All righty.
That's the different extruders.
Well, I wonder. I guess why I was wondering if it was going to be which one prints first. Is there a thing, like you was just saying, is there a thing that says, okay, are we printing which colors print first, or
which spool's printing first?
Yeah.
That might be over here even.
Because I pulled it up under my filament where I've got my AMS, so I've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that's why I was kind of curious if there was a specific. So I would probably want to go.
I can't remember where it's at. I have to look that up again.
Would you want? Well, so that's why I was kind of wondering. Would I want my black down first before my?
When you're printing those light boxes, you want your white down first.
Okay.
Any colors in the white in that image, you want that to go down first. Once you get that first layer down, it ain't gonna matter.
Okay. because that's one thing I noticed with mine. Which now I didn't have a reflective layer either. Hey Tony.
That's still gonna be the last layer, so that one's not even gonna matter.
Okay.
I can't remember right offhand where it's at. I'm gonna have to find that.
Tony, while you're
There
on
he
here,
is.
I need to. I don't know if you saw me. I sent you a message through Facebook, if a friend request and a message.
I will be
have
right
got
back while you're talking to him.
Go ahead. I have got a question for you about your hat patch. I've got everything kind of laid out, and I'm going to send a copy of that. I rounded the edges over on that patch a little bit, as far as the design goes. But I do not have. I buy all my leatherette stuff through Lone Star. And the closest thing that I have got color wise, I've got a black hat, and I'll show it to you now since we're on live. Let's see here. Let's see. Matter of fact, I got a couple of different hats. And where? Maybe it's on this one. Oh yeah. That's silver to black. Yeah, that's silver to black. I mean black to silver. Yeah. Well, matter of fact, I've got two of those. Oh, here it is. Okay. I have got one. It's a carbon it's a black carbon fiber look, and it goes to, I'm gonna put me on full screen for just a second. But it goes to that silver. Let me get my big fat face out there. Would that one be all right? Because I don't have no black to white for the lettering. And then I've got that now that's a black Richardson that I have. And I've also, I think I've got one too that's like one of those flex fit hats, if you know what I'm talking about. It's all around. It's sort of fits your head. Yeah, there it is. Matter of fact, it's got one of the carbon fiber things on it. The patch will kind of look like that. This is one of my test hats that I had done, but it does that, and then it's got the flex fit and it stretches a little bit. I've got these two in stock. If that's something you're interested in, let me know. And on that patch, I can do that patch kind of like that, but that is like a black patch, and then it goes to silver. If that's something you're interested in, Tony.
Oh. Chuck just brought up another point.
You do a 1 millimeter? Or
I do a 0.2 actually. Your diffusion layer is going to be determined by your layer thickness inside of your slicer settings. But on the first layer of your photos, let me show my screen again.
Oh, I guess I need to get my fat ugly face off there.
The front thickness set to 0.8. If you've got darker colors, you might want to run that down to like a 0.6, 0.7, 0.6, somewhere in there. But the diffusion layer, that's just going to be determined by the layer thickness in your slicer. 0.2 millimeters is what I usually print about everything at.
That's what I print all my stuff at. It's 0.2.
You can get higher quality going to 0.1, 0.12, whatever, but it takes forever, and I ain't doing that. That's not in my. I do the 10-foot rule. If it looks good at 10 foot, it's good enough.
Yeah, well, that's the whole thing. Like, I guess that was the one thing I was thinking about, like with the specs that kept showing up in that one.
Yeah.
It's lit. And I see it, and honestly, I see it more in my red than I do my white. And I'm assuming that's because maybe the white went down first.
Probably specs from the black layer.
Yeah. But what I'm
White
saying,
went down
well,
first.
there is some specs right there in that white too. I don't know. I got to play with that some because see, you don't see it on the back side, but I can see it through the front side a lot more. So that's something I need to figure that out. What you was talking about, printing my lighter colors first.
I got to find that setting. I have to dig that up here after a while. Sent you an email.
Black as. Yeah, I've got the black, but like I said, the patch will only go from black to silver is all I've got. But now I've got the flex hat right here, so that'll work good. Van Lot. Howdy, Van. You getting your LEDs, Jack? Yeah.
I've just got LED galore. I used to get these LED strips. I don't know if y'all have. Let me pull one up there. Yep. I've never seen one of my lithophane boxes.
Okay, I see what your thing said now, Tony. Sorry, I was misreading that. Yeah, I'll get that. I'll work on that, and I will message you to Messenger where I rounded the edges off of that and show you what I was talking about, because I can leave all the lettering and everything the same as long as the inside of that stuff looked like you wanted it to look, and I'll print that off for you, and we'll talk through Messenger.
I've made a ton of these lithophane boxes, and I would just get the cheapest spool of white LEDs I could find. I'd wrap them around this center shaft, and that was the light source for my lithophane boxes. I designed this box so you could swap out the photo panes. So, and you buy a roll of LEDs that's 16 foot long. You're not even using a quarter of that roll to make this right here. So I've just got tons of LEDs packed away.
Man, I love that. I've got to do some of that.
That's some of the very first ones. But I've made
now you run all of those straight up and down, don't you? You don't lay them down, do you?
I don't lay my lithophanes down. I had somebody ask me one time, how do I run my supports? I don't use supports. They said, that's witchcraft. I said, well, that's how I've always done it. Bed slingers, my Ender 3s, my X1C. I haven't done one on the Snapmaker yet, but I print them standing up. You're going to get a cleaner photo printing them standing up, I think, because if you lay them down, you'll start seeing those layer lines a lot more through the thickness of the picture.
Because the .02 is thicker than the sides.
So, yeah, I just get the cheapest roll of LED strips I could find, and I'd solder a pigtail on them. I'd use these.
Is that just a matte white PLA?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna have to figure. I need to figure that out because that's something I seriously. How did
now
you
I use my CNC to make the top and bottom?
How
I designed these in Fusion 360. These legs.
I
designed those in Fusion 360 myself. Those are on Thingiverse.
I need to watch that on how to do those I'm not even going to try to say that. I'm tongue tied right now.
I think, I did post a bunch of videos on, I think whose stream was on? Jeremy's?
Okay, Tony, I'll send you an email.
But anyway, yeah. I've done a bunch of them.
Yeah, I need to watch that. I need to watch how you set the thing up for that. Chuck, you can get those pigtails off of Amazon.
Yeah.
You can probably order them by probably a 20 or 30 pack.
If you can just get the short LED strips. They'll already have your pigtail. Might have something like this, and then they'll have an adapter to go from that. This is RGBs here, so of course you got a lot more wires. But there you'll have an adapter to go from this to a USB, and a lot of them have. It'll look like this right here. It plugs directly into there.
Yeah.
And this is actually a control board, and it's got IR, so you got a little remote control with it. So this is the controller, and you just plug it into USB.
Well, that's pretty cool.
The rest of these are just extras I had. No pigtails. But yeah, they're pretty cheap. Oh, here's one other thing. Inside of Maker World. Where was that at? Right there. When you hit the export, of course you can choose your printer. Don't worry about that. Hit the export button. It pops up right here. You can order them directly from Maker World.
Huh.
I forgot about that. You can
Are
order
they
them right
reason-
there.
Are those well, I don't know. Well, you kept all your stuff so
I know.
much.
I ain't never bought them. The $25. I don't know if I'd go that far.
No.
It is RGB. I wonder if they're individually addressable. Maybe if they're individually addressable, I might pay that, but not for regular RGBs.
Well, I guess if I was going to do the lithophane, though, I would probably just do a white.
You won't just white, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, because I think that's going to be the best. I think that would definitely be the best way to set those up. But yes, Tony, I don't know if you heard me a minute ago. Yes, I will email you. That's no problem at all.
$6. I like it.
Yeah, it's a lot better than 25.
$6. Can't beat it. Can't beat it with a stick. $12 for the RGBs.
Jim must have got a ticket.
I was going to say, I hope he didn't get in a wreck or have a
I hope
ticket.
he didn't either. Jim, you better have made it home safe.
But I use these now. These are still LEDs. Of course, this ain't gonna work for the light boxes, but this is what I use for my lithophanes. And this is also what I use for my catch-all trays. I got these you got these little plastic clips on here, so they break off really easy. And I drill a 1-inch hole, and I just stick that socket right down in that hole.
Well, that right there would probably be better for the lithophane anyways, because it's going all the way around and you just got one bulb.
Yeah, that's not
or is it not as bright?
Right down that hole.
Yeah.
That's for the lithophane, that's not going to be very bright.
Okay. Well, now you could probably I guess you could always set up just a little bit brighter of a light bulb.
You could probably do that. These come with the light bulbs. They're a little dimmer, but they work perfect for these catch-all trays.
Yeah. Well,
you got to monitor the heat coming off of things too, because that is PLA.
Yeah, that's what I think. I was thinking about that too. Yeah. But
I get everything off Amazon.
Well, that's where I get most of mine. Now it's like those because the sad part about it is I ordered, for whatever reason, I ordered some stuff and on those clock mechanisms, and for some reason my order got canceled and didn't come through. So that's the reason it's taking me so long to get those things out. So I just went, and my Walmart was out of these, so I had to find some at another one. And when I was there close by, I went ahead and picked those up. So now I've got enough to do those, the one for Tony, the one for Chuck, the one for Rich, and the two that I've got that order for. So that'll definitely be a plus.
Mm-hmm. Well, you got any big projects coming up?
Besides working on when I get back, I'll be on vacation all next week, so I won't be on or around anything. My wife has banned me from touching anything while we're gone or any of the sort. So, needless to say, I may be watching or dialing in while
You
everybody
huddled in the corner somewhere with the phone.
exactly sneak out to the sound front, and we got a house on the sound front, and so I'm gonna enjoy some sunsets coming up over the sound where we're going to be at. And this is me and my wife adopted our two kids back when they were really, really small. My daughter was 7 months old, and my son, he was 2 years and 3 months when we got them. And from the time that we've got them and then got into everything, this is going to be the first full week's vacation that we've had in probably at least since they were close to that little. It was so it's definitely something been time of coming. So but no, work wise, I've got those 25 challenge coins I'm gonna be doing. I've got some more saw blades that I'm gonna be doing. There is what else? There's something else that I've been working on, and I can't remember what that is right now. I am, me and you've talked about it multiple times. That indexing table, I definitely want to get, because I think that one is makes maybe MAXCE is the name of the company that makes that one. But I'm like you, I wanted one, but I didn't want to spend. I think you can get the full setup, and it's like $1,800 plus shipping, whatever. So I ended up doing a little more research, and I found a guy that had made one, set one up, and he put some of the pieces together that you could get to do through a DIY kit, and that's what I done. And I'm going to be doing some stuff on it, some lives and videos. Y'all are going to have to bear with me, because my live streams is going to be pretty much it for a little while as I build my stuff up to get used to editing, and because I suck at editing. So we're going to work on that, but
I can get the hound out of a video. Now, to make it look good, that's completely different.
But I want to do a good edit. I want to do a good video for everybody on that, because there's some people out there like me or you that don't want to spend that money and has got great designs in their heads, got great ideas in their heads. And that's the one plus side now of having the CO2 Galvo and the fiber beside each other. I can swap between those two if I want to do it on wood, or if I want to do it on a metal or a plastic or whatever. I can do that with those. I know a lot of people are using that indexing table for like multi-part aspect of it, of being able to do, like where you would use a rotary and it just sit there and turn a circle to do business cards or do coasters or something like that, which is nothing wrong with. But if you've got that, I've sat there and watched some people that set that up. I mean, you've got a lot of space. Like with my 300 millimeter lens, that's going to cover a 12-inch area. So if I can take that 12-inch 300 millimeter by 300 millimeter square area, and I can set that up on a thing, and I can make that move in a 600 millimeter back and forth, that's a whole lot.
If I had the Galvo and the fiber right beside each other,
yep,
you could knock them handles out on the CO2 and slide it right over to the fiber and do the blades.
Yep. And
I sell a hound out of these and there's a lot of this style knife on Etsy, but nobody's just doing the blade and the handle. Everybody's just doing the handle.
Well,
So that's the key to make it big on Etsy. Don't do
Mhm.
everything else everybody else is doing. Do something different.
now Jim on Max Lasering with lasers and resin, his son done that little. I don't know what you'd call it. I call it a marking knife.
Mm-hmm.
I love little things like that.
Right,
But I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready to do a fiber shot on that, and I'll probably do it on live one day. I've got a Nordic. I play with Engraver Pro a little bit, and I like it because, like I said, going back to the design aspect, I'm not like Frag Out. He does. That man is a whiz with making scrolls, and I have no earthly idea.
Oh,
I have no earthly idea how to do that. And that Engraver Pro, it's easy once you figure out kind of some of it. Like I said, you got to put a little, $20 in, you get a certain amount of credits and you go in there and do it. But I've done some, I done saw blade set up like that for Jim, and he's got that. It's got the smallmouth. I think you saw that one that night.
yeah.
I done that one on there, and there's little programs out there for people that don't have the design aspect or knowledge on certain things that want certain things. There's some technology out there, and I'm not going to sit there and say that you don't have to spend a little bit on certain stuff, but you can do it as cheap as possible. And it's great because it makes me look like I know what I'm doing.
You want to see somebody that can do some scroll work?
Frag Out.
Frag Out Design Studio.
Yep, that's the one I was talking about. He does amazing work.
Yes, he does.
And he does
And
that.
Yeah, that laser he's got. Holy,
Yeah.
Sure, I know he paid out the nose, and he bought it just for that one specific request he had, and it
Yep.
paid for itself in that one request. But it's a Galvo on gantry.
Yeah. Well, Hotien makes those.
He's had this in forever though.
Yeah, Hotien's had from what I understand, Hotien makes a setup like that. You have to specifically ask for it and talk to them about stuff, but you can get that set up on a and I think it was because of him doing what he was doing. He can do a lot of that.
I was trying to get a shot of his Galvo, but it's not in there.
I like watching him.
He does all this by hand is what blows me away.
Yeah.
He draws
Yep.
that and then he takes it to the computer and traces it.
He does all of his, from what I can tell, he does all of his drawing and everything through Illustrator.
He'll draw it down and then he'll bring it into Illustrator. Yep.
And then he does all of the stuff like that. But I mean, that comes down to the fact too of sitting there for hours and hours of learning how to do that specific setup. But in the long run, at the end of the day, once you've got that down and you're the very few people out there that can do stuff like that right there, I mean, it pays for itself.
He sells his files too, so that right there just blows me away.
Greg, you ain't got to edit yourself out to make the videos better.
I do. I saw that comment.
Look at me. I'm a fat, chubby man. I've been playing with CapCut. Well, it's free, and I was sitting there looking at it, so I started playing with it on a video that I've messed with, and so I'm gonna play with that a little bit and see how it is. I've got I think there was a live I done, or no, there was a video that I done the other day. I think it started like 3 saw blades, and I finally done it on my 4th saw blade. But it was matter of fact, I think it was the one of the Highland cows that I done. It's like an hour and 58 minutes. and it's probably, by the time I get rid of my stupidity, it's probably going to edit down to like 15 minutes. And most of that's going to be a time lapse. That's something else I got to figure out too, is how to do the time lapse or make the time lapse in the editing part.
This is Caden Live, and it's also free. You can just drag your video down here. You right click on your video and change speed. It's just that simple. You make it 500, 1,000, 10,000%. It don't care.
Okay. Now, then you can go in and add music over the top of that, can't you?
Yep. You can add, you get 2 video tracks and 2 audio tracks as soon as you open it. But you can right click on one of these and just keep adding as many tracks as you need.
Okay.
You can ungroup these and completely delete all of your voice and just throw your music in there. Or you can have a music track over your voice. Hit X to trim your video, S to go back into selection. It didn't trim the video because I had ungrouped it. So I need to regroup those. Group clips. That way when you hit X and cut, it cuts both of them at the same time. Stick something in the middle or whatever. You can grab the
like
end.
if you've got B-roll or something, you can go in there and stick that B-roll in the middle of that.
Yeah. You can drag this clip over here and you can take this edge and pull it out. Then you can have duplicates because I picked it up about right here. But
yeah,
it's pretty you can go up here to effects and go down to transform. You got all these different tools over here to use. I'll grab a transform tool and drag it right on top of your clip and come here and scale it in. You can zoom in on your video, drag it around to different parts. It's got keyframes, so your video will start over here and it'll slowly drift in. Got all kind of different tools like that. Audio tools, you can amplify your audio. That's my biggest problem. The audio is always low, so sometimes I'll just ungroup the clip. I'll take this Control C, Control V, and dub it up just to amplify the audio a little bit. So then when you go to the audio mixer, you'll see you got audio 1 and audio 2.
I'm sorry, fellas. I should have made him wide full screen.
But anyway, I like this. It works well for me. It's free. It works on all platforms. Called Caden Live.
And see, that's what
tutorials for it too on YouTube.
I was looking at that one. Oh, well, the one that popped up the most, I guess, and this was for 2025 and 2026, was the CapCut. And I thought, well, that's just going to be that's definitely going to be
that's what matters for me.
Exactly. I mean, and that's something, as long as and like you said, once you start with something, I guess that needs to go back to like what we was talking about with Fusion and stuff. Whichever one I start with, that's probably the one I need to stick with and see what happens, instead of trying to take on too much information in your head, because that can definitely get mesmerizingly crazy.
I just came back from a long time ago. When I first got my 60 watt CO2, I was using RDWorks. It's a free laser control program. Very, very simple rudimentary design abilities.
Yep.
And I knew it was simple. I needed something more advanced. I paid for Lightburn. And at the time, there was 3 licenses for Lightburn. You had the Gerbil controller, you had the Ruida controller, and you had the Fiber controller. I bought all 3 of them. It took me forever to start using it because I already had a bunch of designs built in RDWorks.
Yeah.
And that's what I had been used to using.
Well, now for me, I know
much better, and I had already purchased it, but I couldn't get to using it because all my designs was over here.
Yeah. Now you can't pull any of those in, can you?
What's that? Oh, from RDWorks to no.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. Unless it was a SVG's the only way you could pull that in to make it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's where I want, that's where I want to get to, because I do want to build better videos. I mean, I got a big, fat, ugly, hairy mug on my face, and, I just want to be able to, I enjoy getting on here going back to my intro video, you know, I want to help people learn, but as much as I'm gonna the little bit that I'm gonna help teach people, I'm gonna learn just as much.
You learn more by teaching because it forces you to study on all these different
Yep.
topics.
Yep.
And I'm like you. I just don't really care about the theatrics and all the
No.
this, that, and the other. I just want the information to be there.
Yeah. Well, I will have to say, Jeremy playing with his music and stuff, that did kind of run me down a rabbit hole last night. Like I said, I had stuff over here that I was putting finish on, and I had to let it do its thing. So I was sitting here playing with stuff back and forth, and I was like, well, Jack, I want to see that light box later. Or Clack, I want to see that light box.
He said.
But I got to playing with that, and once I figure out how to run the intro on that, I want to run that because it was just funny. It was hilarious. So
I'm gonna have to get me a USB hub back here just for my light boxes.
no kidding, because you've got how many back there now?
Well, there's one under here, 1, 2, 3, 4 here. I got 3 at work that I was gonna bring back.
Now you said you got what, 7 orders for those pipe electric
pipe ones, yeah.
Yeah.
7 orders for these.
I've got some guys that
this design.
yeah. I've got some guys that are around here, and I'm gonna try to work myself into it because I'm really trying to do. I like the idea of what. Well, speaking that Clack's here, of dealing with the business to business. That's where I want to do if I can.
Yeah.
That's where I would like to build up to more than I would anything else. Getting on here and helping people, hands down, that's going to be one priority for me, doing the videos and doing my channel and stuff like that, and learning all together. And honestly, like I said, yes, granted, you're only an hour and 20 minutes away from me, but you got Jeremy, you got Clack, you got Jim in Idaho, Jeremy's in Michigan, Tony, all these guys are from, a lot of these guys are from different states. And it's the fact that we can get on here and communicate and talk and have the community that we have and be able to just have a good time. That's amazing. I mean, that's the one thing I love about having the technology that we have now, and stuff. But, but going back to those and Clack, those videos for those tumblers, I love the design on those tumblers he done the other day with the pistols. All that set up. I love that design. That was slick. I like that. Was that design you done, or was that a design that somebody brought to you and wanted you to do?
That's typically anything I do. Somebody's done brought me something because like I said, I don't want to sit here and waste material on something nobody's going to want.
Yeah.
Well, I know I need to get in here and test and play more, but
yeah,
I'll figure it out.
Some of the testing material gets expensive. But with a tumbler, going back to that whole aspect, different colors are going to take different settings. So
that's why I like CO2, because on a CO2 it will not. That's why you need to be using that CO2 Galvo for your tumblers.
Oh, I'm
one
getting ready
setting for all colors.
It was a patent drawing for the archives. Okay. All right. Well, dude, Clack, that was cool. I love that. That was awesome setup. I've got a guy brought me one of these. He's wanting stuff done for the NWTF National Turkey Federation or something. I can't remember how they pronounce that. NWTF is what it's for. But anyways, I'm doing one of those, and now that I've got this, that's just going to be my learning curve on that, because I had one like he had, so that's getting ready to be in the works too, because with that CO2 Galvo back there, that's going to, I know, compared to that 60-watt Monport over there, it's going to be a completely different
On my 60-watt
ballgame.
CO2, I can do quarter wraps around a tumbler with no rotary. I
Yeah.
bet you can almost do a half wrap with that Galvo with no rotary.
It's not quite a half wrap. It's it's pretty much no different. The way Lightburn has got that, it really depends on. It's really going to depend on the diameter of this, from what I can tell so far. But now, like I said, that one after messaging Pascal, it does have the 8 times beam combiner in it.
Yep.
So it's going to make things a lot. You can do a lot more finer, and it's got the 20 millimeter head. So it makes things a lot. It makes the designs a lot more crisp, the finer. So you are able to do a lot more fine tuning on that. Well, you know, going back to designs on, you know, lady hit me up at the first of the week. Her son was graduating this year from high school, and he loves Fords. He wanted a built Ford Tough on one side, and then on the back side, she done a I think I may have showed it last night, but she done she wanted to say a quote on the back of it, so I put that on there from her. And it's the customization things of like that for people that I think people enjoy the most.
That's where you get your most profit from.
Yeah, and everything else. So, you know, doing wood like that and stuff like that on that 60. The only thing I do want to do is there's a lot of stuff that I've got in my head that I want to do, but the only thing that I want to do with that 60-watt Monport back there, now that I've got this, that's going to take care of kind of a bulk on certain 75% of what I would do with a graving wise. But the gantry back there, I want to be able to cut thicker material, like up to like 1/2 inch. So I want to be able to take that and make it at least
what?
a
1/2 inch what?
Mostly a lot of woods, mostly, but I want to do, and this is a thing for me is I love marquetry. I know I'm not saying that right. Marquetry, where they take the pieces where you might take a bird that's got 15 different colors of different type of woods in it, and they use that little handsaw on the edge of a table, and they do it out of the thin stuff.
Yeah.
And put it, and it goes together and does stuff like that. But I want to be able to do some of that out of the bigger, thicker material. There's thoughts I've got in my head of things that I think I want to do, and I want to try it, but I want to do it on a thicker scale. And there's just certain boards that I would like to cut out that are thicker that I want to bump that up. When that glass tube and that thing goes bad, instead of just replacing it back with a 60, I'm going to at least upgrade it to a 100-watt tube, Recce tube, and go from there. That way I'll have
actually, me and Clack went live earlier today, and we was talking about that a little bit earlier because the fellow had an 80-watt, and he was wanting to cut 1/2 inch, and he was having the hardest time doing it. And I was telling him then, the power of the laser is not all to consider.
No, you got to get your Z axis.
You got to get that 4-inch lens in there too, and then you might still have a hard time, especially on some of them hardwoods. You probably ain't gonna do it.
Yeah. And that's what I know I may, but I mean, it's just something to like. I guess it comes down to the fact too, when I do have to replace that tube, instead of just spending the money on a 60, I would rather spend that little bit of extra and go ahead and at least bound myself up to like a 100-watt Recce tube.
I don't know what I'm going to go to, but I'm definitely upgrading.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, I just can't afford, as nice as the Aeons are and stuff like that, or the Thunders or anything like that. There's no way I can afford. I don't have the space for one. I don't right now. I don't need more than what that bed size right there will give me. So
People either
I
have
can,
time or they have money. If they got money, they ain't got no time. They're going to buy that more expensive later.
Yeah.
If they ain't got no, if they ain't got no money, they probably got some time. You got time to build that. You can build that into just almost as nice of a laser. Might
Yeah.
be missing
Well,
some of the features like auto bed leveling, which I would not use in the first place. I don't like that because I
No.
want to set the level where I want to set it. Sometimes I want it defocused,
Yep.
but that's
That's
beside the point.
I'll be honest with you. I think the first month that I got that machine, I played with the autofocus a little bit just because I was sliding stuff under there. I was learning the machine. I was seeing what it would do and what it wouldn't do. And to be honest with you, I always set the height at exactly what I want it to be. Because if I have to make a 2-pass cut on that machine, I will always set it to a point where I'm right at or just a little below into the cut that I need to make. But if I know that it needs to go more, I will drop it down just a little bit further on that second pass and not have to worry about it.
Chris said he cut 3/8 on 120 watt with a 4-inch lens. That's what I was going to tell you. That's one thing you're going to have to do is have a 4-inch lens.
Yeah.
And then, and that's what we was talking about earlier, setting your focus. You want your focus set in the middle of that thickness, not at the top of the material.
Yep.
Just so
And
you
that's
can use
some of
more of
the
that
and that's
beam.
some of the stuff I learned the hard way. I mean, trial and error. But
A lot of people don't.
Chris, do you use the is that like the one from American Photonics, the one you use?
Let's see.
Yeah, walnut can be very difficult because walnut, depending on what it is, it's got some crazy grain in it sometimes, especially on the nicer stuff that everybody likes the look that walnut gives. In my opinion, anyways, that's strictly my opinion, but
A lot of people don't know this, so I'll bring this up and demonstrate it real fast.
what's up?
Let me get this light burner going.
Yeah, plywood is
Start
just
that
crazy
project.
because of the glue sections. And it depends on the quality of the wood you get. Just tell me when you want to go up.
Where am I at? There's me. There's my OBS. I did this up a while back. I was on a stream with IDC, and I put this together just to represent how the laser actually works. This represents a 4-inch lens and a CO2 laser. This represents a 2-inch lens and a CO2 laser. You can tell your focal length is a lot shorter on the 2-inch, of course. So that makes that the way that focuses this light. These black lines is the actual light travel. It focuses it down to a center point. So if you're going to engrave on something, if you want fine detail, this green block would be your material. You want that focused right there at the top. But if you want to cut slam through that material, and you see if you try to cut it right here, your
It ain't
curve at the
going all the
top
way
is going
through.
to be very small, but the curve at the bottom is going to be massive. So you
Yeah.
want to put your focus in the middle of that material, and that reduces. You're still going to have a little bit of an hourglass shape, but it's
Yeah.
going to be a lot less. But on the 4-inch lens, you've got a lot more of that beam that you can actually use. So you could
Yeah.
actually cut a lot thicker of a piece of material on that 4-inch lens. You could cut all the way through this one, maybe, even if you focused to the top, but you have less kerf on the top and bottom if you
Yeah.
focus it to the center of that thickness.
And I'll
If
be
that makes
honest with
any
you,
sense to anybody.
there'll be a big portion. Now, I don't have the well, wait a minute. I may have it. Let me look and see. Let me get out of that one because I may have it because Christmas is past now, so I know she's already give it to
You can get my big noggin off of there.
okay. Where's it at? Let's see here. Go over to all right. Go to Messenger. I am pretty sure I still have a picture in my messenger from then. Where's she at? Ah, there it is, I think.
Did you send Jim a link to the stream?
No, not yet, because I figured he'd tell me when he got home.
Starting to get a little concerned about him.
I know. Well, honestly, I'm right there with you. I'm kind of okay. Oh, right here it is. Let me see. Download. There. Okay. Boy, I really got to get used to my stuff here.
What are you digging through?
Pictures.
No.
This is one that I done with now I need to go back to my StreamYard, go back to blah blah blah, share screen, all that good stuff. There it is. This lady last year, that right there, I had some cedar. I got 8-inch 1x8 cedar planks at Lowe's, glued them together, 2 of them. We have a thing here. I know you've heard of Faith Fest.
Who?
Faith Fest that they
Oh,
do
yeah.
up here in Wilkesboro.
Yeah.
Anyways, they've got this set up, and she had went, and they've got that big cross up here at River's Edge Park, and that's where they have the Faith Fest at. And anyway, she done this and superimposed her, though she separated that somehow. But anyway, she went and put in her husband's Harley and his guitar, and done that. And that right there, I done on that CO2 gantry back there, and that was a picture I had done for her, and they absolutely loved that. So you know, to do those, it's going back to the whole customization thing and learning that stuff, and to be able to give people what they want, because that picture on that cedar, it looked great. And it looked even better when you're sitting there actually holding it in your hands looking at it. So
Things just don't translate well on photos. I don't know.
No, some of that don't. It doesn't. Because I have played with it a little bit. And the one thing I like to do too, and actually, believe it or not, that CO2 gantry, to be what it is, going back to what you were saying earlier, I paid $3,000 for that machine. It is a universal, basically type 60-watt CO2 gantry. And I know there's going to be machines out there that are better. They're more expensive, but they're better, and they have better quality on certain things that they do. And the RF technology is, I will say, better on certain things than on the CO2 is. But I was playing with it for a little while, and I've stopped, and I would like to go back to it a little bit. But doing like the 3D engraves, kind of like you do on the fiber laser with coins with the depth maps.
Yep.
I was playing with that on, if you pick the certain wood, it like a smooth piece of cherry, I think does really well, because if you find some that's got no knots in it or anything like that, it's just a good piece of cherry, that really does good on how it looks to do that 3D effect, because the grain's tight enough that it holds a good one. Because like oak, you can't do that on oak. Oak's got too big of a wide grain, or pine or anything like that. It's just not going to do it. But I was playing with that a little bit, and I liked how it turned out, and I would like to get back to it at some point. But you get to playing with different things and learning how. Has anybody? Let's see here. I'm gonna find out if he is around. I'll just have to wait and see. But Jack, are you muted? I bet your his mic went dead. There it is.
ABC, always be charging.
Yep. That's why I've got the other one right there, charged and ready to go. Tony, what is yours? Is yours a diode or is yours CO2? I seen he said he was cutting 3/8 cherry with his 50 watt in one pass.
Cherry's actually not as dense as some of the other woods, although it is a hardwood.
Yeah, it's kind of like really nice, kind of like a soft maple.
I like carving into cherry.
Oh, cherries, hands down. Between now, I guess two of my favorite woods as far as what I've done on the laser.
Y'all know this fella? That's what I'm saying. AI has gotten good.
Yes.
My wife said, "You're not hanging that in the living room." She says she expected to start talking. Sometimes you get too much detail.
Now it's kind of like wood turning for me. Cedar, cherry, walnut. Walnut, when you're turning it on a lathe, absolutely smells amazing. It's got to me, it's got a sweet smell. Now it might not to everybody, but I think it smells good. Cedar, okay, hands down, you're not going to beat cedar on any smell. That's just a given. But cherry is another one that I love turning to. Does really well. Okay. What size is the bed on yours, Tony? Lord, I can't believe we've been on here for 3 hours.
It goes by fast, don't it?
Yes, it does. Well, I mean, that's the whole thing. When we're sitting here having a good time talking to everybody and just talking about in general, I enjoy it. Which my wife calls me a talker anyway. So, hey, I'm getting my feel because I ain't going to be able to do this for about at least a week and a half. But no, what was that Greg was talking about?
Tony, you got a 4-inch lens in that CO2?
That's what I was getting ready to say.
How many passes? You said one pass?
Yep, he said one pass.
What was you running that power at? That's another thing on CO2. I know they say they're supposed to be matched and everything. I'm still not running my CO2 over 60%.
I think I've got mine set. Well, I'll be honest with you. I bumped mine up because I know I want to go to a bigger tube later. So now that I've pretty much almost, I'm going to sit here and say I'm probably 65% of the stuff that I do on my gantry over there is all cut now. I don't do any engraving with it that much. So I bumped mine up. I think mine's either 85% or 90% is where mine's sitting at.
Ooh, I was talking to a feller earlier this week on Andy Bird's Builds Discord channel. He's a CNC, but he's got a section of his Discord set to lasers. When he's talking about the CO2 laser, and this fellow was telling me he just upgraded from a 60 watt to a 100 watt, and because his tube was dying out and it was time to replace it. And I was just curious. I said, "Well, how old is your laser? Because I know how old mine is. I was expecting to have way long time ago changed mine, but I'm still running it." He said his laser was at about 4 years old, and he was replacing the tube. He bought his brand new. My laser's 7 years old, and I'm still running strong right now.
Yeah. A 50. That's a big. Chris, that's a good sized bed. Now yours
is
is the R. His is the
machine.
RM laser. Now yours is that. Is yours the
Oh, wait a minute. He's got an
RF2?
RF?
I think his is the
No,
RF.
The water chiller. So no, RF tubes are air cooled.
No, yeah, that's right. Well, now, yeah, RF tube
RF
is
tubes power does
air
not
cooled.
equate to a
No.
CO2 glass tube.
I think what's that one that Rich is running, that RM he's got? Ain't that a I think his is the equivalent of a 90 watt. Or no, his is a 90 watt RF tube. Maybe a 60. I can't remember. His was a higher range though. I could be wrong on that. His is on a 12 by 12 bed. Yeah, now mine, I'm running the 5200 chiller.
Yeah, I got a CW5200.
Yeah. I bought that come with mine when I bought it.
Nah, mine didn't come with that. I bought my glass tube CO2 big red and black laser. I got $1,700 for it. Shipped it to the house. It did not come with a chiller. I used I actually took a igloo cooler, one of the large igloo coolers, and I drilled 2 holes, one for the inlet, one for the outlet tube, so I could have a lid shut on it. And I'd put the green iced tea bottles. I'd fill them with water and put them in the freezer, and I just set them down in the water in that cooler to cool that water down. And I ran like that for probably 3 years. Then I finally bought me a chiller.
The reason I bought that one, which of course prices went up on things, but I bought that one at 28 by 20. And they had that, and there was a deal going because there was a couple of different places that was selling them different prices, and it was around Christmas time. And I ended up paying I think it was $3,000 delivered, or right at 3,000 delivered, and it come with the chiller. The chiller was free. So it was just that it was a bite the bullet type thing. And like I said, almost 80% of the reason I bought that CO2 was because I knew I also wanted to do cut acrylics. And I wanted to do any kind of acrylic. That was my main 100% reason for buying that CO2, basically, was having the acrylic side of
Any
things.
kind of cast acrylic.
Yep. Sure was. 306 laser on, 436 laser off. Process.
I have not dug into my Ruida to see what hours I've got on that thing.
Mine ain't turned on right now. I don't even know how. I know mine's not that. Mine's probably got more sitting there idle time than it does anything else.
Is it tracking run time and tube time, or I don't know.
Yeah. Which I'll be honest with you, besides doing that that one sign I done for that lady the other day, or 2 days ago on that Ford sign, and just cutting things out for a couple other things. I haven't had my 60 on in as much here lately. Well, of course, I've been playing with the saw blades so much in the past 2 weeks that I hadn't done a whole lot with those. Total machine on times 1040. Dang. I'll have to pull mine up and see what that is because I'm kind of curious on that now. How much do you use your CO2 now, Jack?
That's the thing. Another reason why mine has lasted so long, I have so many different machines. I don't spend an awful lot of time on any one.
I guess the one thing that I really like about, I like the idea about a CNC machine is the fact of, and I know, and it's why I'm not really pushing it because I don't know how much of a niche. There's so many people out there that does them, but I love the end grain cutting boards that they do the, like walnut end grain here, and then they take and do the matched whatever on the, say, out of maple or whatever on the other side. I love inlay. Thank you, Chris. I love the fact of, and some of that stuff is just absolutely beautiful, amazing, especially the detail that I've seen some of them pull into some of those. And not only just an ingrained walnut or any ingrained cutting board is expensive anyways. But
There's some people pulling some high dollars for some of them things too.
yes. And but dude, I'll tell you something else. You talking about high dollar, and that's like watching some of these guys do these big like, I can't even remember the guy's name now, but does some of these big massive slab tables with resin and doing all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I will never be at a point in my life where I don't think, hopefully, unless I win the lottery, and even then I don't even think I could do it, but to have one of these $15,000 to $25,000 slab tables, kitchen tables, or
I don't
I'm
care
just,
if I had the money.
well, see, that's me. I don't, that goes back to the whole thing of the way I was raised. Of, I see, and there's nothing wrong with it. If people's got the money and they want to do it, that's fine. Hands down, it's your money. Do whatever you want to with it. It's just, this is a matter of opinion. This has nothing to do with anything else. But it's like, I see kids at school, that are 16 years old, brand new vehicles or whatever. I'm sorry. I know how I was at 16. I'm not giving my kid a brand new vehicle. I know what's going to happen to that brand new vehicle.
I've never had a brand new vehicle. I know the youngin' ain't getting one.
No. So, I mean, I can't. And like I said, goes back to the fact, hands down, anybody that can be at a point in their life and have the access to give their kids that, that's great. That's 100% on them. I have no problem with that. I just know how I was. And where I live here in the area that I live, my son had his car. He had his license for a year and a half, or not quite a year and a half. He was driving to school. It had nothing to do with him. He did nothing wrong. Deer jumped out from some trees that was right off the edge of the road. He never even remotely had time to stop. And that deer landed right on the front of his hood. There it was. I mean, and there was nothing that he could have done about it. It wasn't his fault. It's just, it happens. And yeah, I'm glad I didn't have a brand new vehicle, because I totaled my mama's car when I was I had my driver's license a month, and totaled my mama's car.
Good Lord. That chiller's freaking loud.
Oh, I started to say, was that a chiller or was that the 3D printer?
That was my chiller. I just turned my CO2 on.
Now, I've got a closet. I got one of those little, and I do. Now, that's one thing that I need to work on, is because I'm cheap, I don't want to do a 25-gallon compressor just for my CO2 laser when it's running. So I'm actually working into the aspect now, and it's something I'm going to work on this summer, I want to do the DIY kit to run my little 2.5 gallon quiet. What is that? Is that a Fortress?
That's just too loud.
I think
Gotta shut that off.
it's the quiet. It's the quiet ones that Harbor Freight's got. Those little 2 gallon ones.
Oh yeah.
I think it's Fortress that makes them or whatever. But I want to set that up. I'm going to undo the lines and I'm going to run that up and over into one of those oil coolers that you can buy off of Amazon
Mm-hmm.
to where it can get rid of that moisture out of it.
Separator, yeah.
I want to set that up. Actually, I've got an old when we redone all the heating and everything in our house, and I pulled that old system out. It's got one of those evaporator coils that it's got one on each side. I've been thinking very seriously about soldering the fittings on those and just fitting that, making a bracket where it runs up and goes through it and comes back down to where it'll run out, and just put a drain tube out to where it'll run out into the thing, because mine, I think it's I think on average my CO2, I run it somewhere around 18 psi, 20 psi ish, depending on what I'm cutting.
I don't do a lot of cutting on my CO2. It's got two primary tasks. It's either doing acrylics or it's doing tumblers. That's all I do with that CO2 anymore.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I was doing tumblers on that gantry, and for whatever reason, I personally think that my controller to a point is bad. Not bad that it doesn't work, because on the XY, the normal operation of it, it works great. But when I unplug, it's got that problem where it wants to jump to the X and Y. When you automatically cut it back on, it goes to 10,000 instead of the normal bed frame once it homes.
Mm-hmm.
But when you bring it in and you like first cut the machine on and it automatically homes to the back right hand corner, if it's homing both the X and Y, it goes back there and it just does that banging and chattering, and it goes to 10,000 in the controller. Well, I can stop that, which now I've got it set to where when it cuts on, it don't home at all. So it doesn't damage anything. So what I have done is, as soon as it turns on, I can go in the machine. When I turn it on, I will go into the settings or the controller interface, and I will home it to the back. It sets. I go back into it, and then I home it over to the side, or the X or Y, whichever one you want to call it, and then it does fine. But if I've got it unplugged, if I have to unplug it or, cut it off, unplug it so I can power up the rotary, where you go back there and turn the rotary, unplug the rotary plug and plug in the Y one, and then plug in the rotary one.
Yep.
Well, you're supposed to cut that off so it don't damage the motor. Well, my rotary won't home. It just sits there and runs. And I can't never get it to come back. So I just quit using it. And that's one reason why I haven't done no tumblers since last year. And now that I've got that CO2 Galvo, yeah, I'm going to have some fun with some tumblers. Was you
set that not home?
Do what?
Because it's not going to home and get that plugged in, because there's no homing switch on the rotary.
But under normal circumstances, I've always had it where it will sit there and go to a point, it'll go back, and it stops. But
yeah, it's supposed to go to a certain.
But it would never do. It would go to the full 10,000 on that one, and it wouldn't stop. And I could never get it to, like when I set a set whatever design that I had up there, it would never stop. I could never get it to actually go and do what it needed to do for whatever reason. I still think my controller at whatever reason is not working right, because I went through and done everything in the world to get that to where it would actually home out or get that 10,000 thing to do whatever it does, replace everything. And I still can't get it to do it. So, I mean, I make it work, but Clack, be good, Bubba.
Well, just in here jabber-jawing.
Yep. I
Don't
got to
mess
go
with
eat.
those.
I'm going to be getting off here in just a minute because I got to go eat myself.
I've already ate, so I ain't got nothing else to do.
Well, that's me. But but yeah, I don't. Well, like I said, for the most part of what I use it for now, especially since I've got the beast back here, I don't. As long as I can make it work and do what I mean, it does all the engraving like I want it to. It does all the cutting, all the designs and everything like I want it to. I'm not going to mess with it.
Have you tried to hit the cancel button to see if it'll stop spinning?
Yep. Nope. I went through everything, and I got to the point where they would send me emails, I would send them back. And I'd done everything. I even went through, not only was I talking to Monport, I went through doing their tech support. I even went to CloudRay, because CloudRay, I can just order up their, a whole new, the newest version of their Ruida controller and control board and control thing on the panel.
What is that, like $400?
Roughly somewhere around in there.
It's been a long time since I looked.
3 something. It's right at 400. But but there again, nobody could tell me for sure if it's a guarantee that's going to fix that. I still think there is a software issue somewhere that causes that, because they said, well, you're going to have to replace your sensors.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
it's got brand new
that's
sensors
where the
in
software lives. So if you're changing that controller out, that is the software. There's no more software in that unit.
So, I mean, I've got to, I replaced the sensors. They said, well, go over, put a thing on it, see if they light up. As soon as I put metal on them, it lights up. But like I said, see, that's the whole reason I think it's a software or firmware or whatever you want to call it for that thing, is if I can make it home on the X by itself and it homes just fine, it goes back, it hits the sensors, it stops. If I make it home on the Y, it goes over, hits the sensor, it resets, it homes, it zeroes out, it's fine. But as soon as I hit the home button, or if I turn that machine on from being cut off and it automatically does both of them at the same time, it won't do it. It will not home. It goes back to the corner and it sits there and beats and bangs. So that's why I just went into the vendor settings, cut the trigger off for it to even home, period. And I make it do it myself. And then I don't even have to worry about it. So, but like I said, I have, ever since it has done that though, I have not been able to run a tumbler on it whatsoever. And I don't know what else to do besides honestly replacing the controller, or at least the controller board, the main board. But I don't know if that would even help it or not. I don't know, because everybody keeps coming back. It's a sensor issue. Well, when you replace the sensors, so I mean, I don't know. So,
well, fun stuff.
Rotary does the same. So Chris's rotary does the same thing. I just press the cancel button on my controller 2 times and it quits.
Yeah, he's talking about that rotary spinning.
Okay. And I run Lightburn files. well, I may try it later on down the road. Well, honestly, I probably won't try it all because with that sitting there, yeah, I'm not even gonna go down that road anymore right now for a little while. That's my new toy to play with because, like I said, with that thing, and especially once I get everything set up to do the yeah, Chris, you're right. I'm gonna stick with the Calfo. It's
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna be quicker anyways.
Unless you need to cut something big.
Yeah, exactly. Unless you're cutting in cutting purposes, I'm not going to use anything but that. But now, so far, I have played with the 210 lens on that, and like I showed you earlier, the how because of it being an RF tube is one reason why I think so. But you see all the different grades of bamboo across that, and to see how consistent that color is across bamboo is hands down
something you just don't get too easy.
And you're not, and I'm sorry, but all the bamboo stuff that I have done on that gantry, I have never got. Well, I take that back. I'm not going to say I haven't got a dark burn on it, but it washes off. This right here, I have scrubbed and it doesn't come off because I think that RF tube burns that hotter and it caramelizes it and makes it look better than how slow that gantry runs. But so I don't know. Well, there's Mr. Santa.
Well, look at her. What's going on, Mr. Santa?
Santa,
He's only been on for 3.5 hours. He's just not getting here.
Santa, did you like that picture? I think you sent me an email. I hadn't looked at it yet. I don't think maybe I have. I can't remember. Long day. Yes, it has. The is that the kind of picture you was wanting? Do what?
So I do all my cutting on the Dode, the Baltic birches, and all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It looked great, dude. Thanks.
Oh, no problem. What time are you going? Are you going to be down there for more than just the day Saturday, or are y'all heading back home Saturday evening? From the Outer Banks, Santa. Because I'm going to say we're probably going to leave here about 12:30-ish. And it's about a 6.5 hour drive. So we're looking at probably at least a minimum of 7 before I get there. Oh. Well, Tony, I'm just glad you're still able to get there and do something.
Just coming down for the day.
Well, like I said, it's going to be later. So, I mean, it's I was hoping to be down there earlier Saturday, but my daughter's not going to be able to leave some of the stuff that she's got going on until like 12 o'clock. So, like I said, it's going to be at least 7:30 before we get there. But I want to give you a heads up. So if you need to change that up, go ahead, because I hate for you to come down there and spend the day and we ain't going to be able to be there.
8 o'clock.
Yep. Well, Bubba, I am going to have to run. I'm going to have to get off here and go take care of some other things. But
it's been a blast.
This has been awesome for me. I appreciate everybody going on. And again, like I said, if everybody would love to, I would go down, subscribe. Anybody that's on Jack's if you ain't been there to Jack, which of course I think everybody here has, subscribe, push my name out there for me, get me some subscribers. I would appreciate it a lot. And hopefully we can do this. I want to do this once or twice a week, especially the lives and talking and doing this stuff. And I'm going to slowly build my stuff up of just being here, working on stuff during the day. I'm able to work during the day on some things. So I'll be doing pop-ups here and there and everything else. So we'll just take it from there and build this beast up wherever it goes and continue the chaos.
Absolutely. Thank y'all for hanging out with us.
Thank you.
We'll
I
see you
appreciate
on the
it.
next one.
Have a good one, Bubba.
See you.
See you. That was